Gotcha, 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 gotcha. Okay. Nice. Now we can see the chat and everything. That's good. Let's make sure that YouTube's up and running. Don't really care about Batman right now. Thank you. It's not my thing. This stupid AI anime thing, if I have to see this dumb ad one more time. There we go. YouTube's up and running, which means it's time to check out Twitch. So we'll hit the button to start up on Twitch. Give me 1 sec. Make sure this is working. Come on. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay. Twitch is in fact up and running. So that means I get to tell Blue Sky that we're live currently. So just give me a second to hit that button. I should probably also post on Threads, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I should. You know? I just feel like that's something I should be doing as well. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Oh, that's right. I 100% forgot. I already did post on Threads because I'm good at this. I'm so good at this. Am I though? Who knows? But everything appears to be up and running, or at least they will be momentarily. Alright, so we've got both chats up and ready to go. I'm gonna pop this open. Nice. Cool. I'm gonna take this off. I was charging my phone, but whatever. I'll have enough battery to make it through the stream anyway. It's not like it's on 0 or anything like that. I ain't worried about it. Whoop, boop. How is everyone this week? I am actually very excited for this week's stream in particular because I have stuff to give out that I have been telling people about for a really, really, really long time. And I just haven't really had a chance to go and work on them, so. I'm gonna leave this up here just like this. This will come into play a little bit later. I'll add it to the list though. Oh, I don't think I can't. Never mind. It's a different kind of tab. Okay, that's fine. That's for later. We don't necessarily have to worry about that right this second. But I do have a tab up there now. Ha! It was the one thing I was missing. Besides the poll at the end, I found it's easier just to open the poll right at the beginning. Just make sure that I have it ready. So I'm going to do that as well. We are looking at items today, though, in case you were wondering. I'm also thinking of putting a document somewhere that will tell us what the theme of the episodes are. I might just make a spreadsheet and make rows, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to arrange the table properly. I think it makes sense if I make each row that won't work. because they'll be different based on the year. I'll have to think about this. But the roundtable themselves were thinking, it's harder for us to keep up with what you're doing, or rather what we're doing. Like, we don't know what the next topic's going to be. And I was like, I need to make some kind of easy scheduling document for them, for us as a whole. Because that would make everybody's life easier. Though, to be fair, the vast majority of the stuff we look at is stuff that I've found myself. So, but it would definitely help the DMs if they knew what was coming up, or if they kept track of that to suggest things and suggest them early so that I can like work out the timing for it. Because that's another thing. They might want to suggest something, but if I've already made the thumbnail and what have you, then that means I gotta go and change the thumbnail later. And sometimes that's a hassle. Sometimes. I'm gonna guess that the microphone is in fact picking up the fan at some points. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna lower the fan just a bit. That's better. Okay. And I'll keep it on here. I'll be fine. I'm not gonna overheat. Though I should have put shorts on. It is very hot. It is very, very hot. I know what we looked at last week was absolutely wild. That is, the Retired Adventurer goes into topics that most of us, generally speaking, would never touch in our own campaigns. So, I guess some kind of apologies are necessary. But we did go over an adventure from the Retired Adventurer last week, and it was wild, to say the least. Will everyone be adding spume to their campaigns? Sure. I mean, to be fair, I did learn a new word. I don't like the word I learned, but I did not know what menses was until that. However, I feel like there's an item in Bloodborne that mentions menses, and I just never looked it up. I assumed it was something very different to what it actually is. Yuckies. But I did learn a new word from last week's adventure, so there's that. And if you like Robin Hood, you can probably run it. It's just probably the most crazy and wild Robin Hood story any of you will ever come across in your lives. Ow. That's my wrist. I don't know if you heard that. It's pretty close to the microphone. DM Shin said he would be here around regular start time. DM Lakar is a maybe, but a probably not. Club's definitely not coming today. I don't know about Speedy. I haven't heard from Speedy today. Actually, I think I saw a meme from Speedy today, so technically I did hear from him. But I didn't hear from him about DM Roundtable. Specifically. But if you're new here, I do see some faces that may in fact be new. Don't worry. I'm not going to call each and every one of you out. I know if you're lurking, you want to lurk, so that's fine. Hopefully we'll say something that piques your interest and makes you want to talk to us, though. That's the goal, really, is to be able to say something that makes like everyone want to talk. I was just double checking the microphone. We're good. It's actually physically lower than it normally is. But normally we wait till the 15-minute mark because generally speaking, the DMs are almost always late. Or the rest of the DMs. I'm usually here early because I got to run checks and make sure that everything is working. Sometimes I'm late though too. It's not like I'm never late. It's just, we're worse off when I'm the late one because OBS is running off my machine, and I've got all the bookmarks. But we do what we can. I'm going to guess that this episode will not be monetized, or it will. I'll be revenue sharing just because of this first song that I'm playing. But it's better to know than not to know. As I clear more songs off, well, as I fill in the copyright ping column on the D&D or TTRPG BGM list. That is one of the columns. It'll tell you if you make a video with that song, whether or not you'll be able to monetize it properly. Or I guess monetize it without any issues is a better term. I guess. It is hot out there, though, so make sure to drink your Whaaarrgarrrbls and get your electrolytes. I'm getting them from Gatorade. That is my drink of choice tonight. That is not a sponsorship plea or anything like that. I am far from an athlete. Just in my head, Gatorade is most closely associated with electrolytes, so that's my go-to. I just have a feeling it's one of those nights where it's going to get real hot and real sticky, and I'm not looking forward to it. It is the wrong kind of hot and sticky. But we got this. I'm pretty excited to read like what absolutely weird and cracked out things the Retired Adventurer is going to share on this list, especially since we came from Warren of the Leper Queens, and that story was absolutely bonkers messed up. So I'm wondering, I doubt the Black Vermin Gods is going to be any better. So some of these concoctions are probably going to be absolutely wild. I tried to cover my mouth, but instead I just made a line that pushed all that sound right into the microphone. Apologies! I did not mean to belch in your ear. That was my mistake. I guess starting a stream with the song Isolation, which is what this is maybe not the best option. When you're feeling all isolated and alone. Because all the other DMs haven't showed up yet. But we usually give them until the 15-minute mark, and then after that we make sure to start. I'll be right back. I'm going to blow my nose, and I don't want you to hear that. Nose blown complete. I also got a new chair, and I'm still getting used to the kinks of it. Got a hand-me-down fake DX racer. If anybody has a chair like a one of them racer chairs and knows what size hex wrench or Allen wrench I'm supposed to use to get the arms off, please do tell me, because that would be incredibly helpful to me right now. The arms are just a smidge too big to fit into the spot where I like to sit. And I would like to remove them so that I can turn the chair, hopefully. Oh, thought I was going to sneeze, but nope. It's weird that I feel like the itis just hit me. However, it's been like 2 hours since I ate. I don't know why the itis is hitting me now. That's wonky. Also, is anyone going to their respective Ren fairs? I'm in New York, so the Ren fair is running now, I believe. You used to go in like a group with friends, but not so much the last couple years. I'm probably going to end up going this year. It is also so weird to me when people are like, I'm going to the Ren Fair, and it's like not the season that it happens here. No. My friends do want to go, and they just legitimately I just got the text now that the days they want to go are themed, and I'm like, I don't really do that. I'm not really a dress up for the event kind of guy. I'm just a am I comfortable guy. I have a bad feeling I'm going to finish this whole Gatorade way before the first hour is in. Don't worry though, it's got advanced hydration. Oh. My other question is, how many of y'all kept up with This Is the Police 2? Because that Let's Play's over. I don't know if you noticed, it's over. I still do have 2 more shorts from my playthrough that I want to put up, but like as far as the actual Let's Play is concerned, it's over. I finished it. I beat the game. I did not 100% it. I don't know if you can 100% it on your first run. I don't think it's possible. But it is done, and that means we can move on to the next Let's Play for the channel, which will be Spider-Man 2. But I won't be starting that at least until next month. I have something very special DM Roundtable related to release before that, but that's going to take me a really, really long time to edit. So I'm not sure if it's going to come out right as, right as August starts. I highly doubt I'm be able to finish things this week to have it release next week. I will tell you though that the thing that I'm editing will probably release on Tuesday. Probably. Maybe Friday. It depends. But it has the potential to release on Tuesdays. So that gives you a pretty good guess as to what it is. I guess technically it could release on Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday, technically, but I'd probably be shooting for Tuesday. Well, hello there!
I popped in as Obi-Wan.
General Kenobi.
Hello there. What up, Stream? What up, Scoot? Whoa.
How are you? It's cool.
I feel like
Everybody
everyone
knows
knows.
who I am. Yeah,
I know.
I ain't worried about it.
The anonymity is destroyed. Then again, I feel like most people know who I am somewhat too, because it's not like I really hide much.
True.
What up?
I sent. Awas already knows, so I won't be spoiling her. I don't think she's in the chat yet, but I sent her package, and I again addressed it to Awas Chilin, and she was like, "That's gonna be weird again," and I'm like, "It doesn't matter, okay? I don't need to use your real name. Your real name to us is Awas."
Look, everyone knows we have real names, but that's not the important part. The important part is that you use the names we provided you.
And when I was trying to figure out, like, the last time I talked to her to figure out like where the address was, I told her the story of the first time Joker, who, if you guys hang out in our Discord, which you can totally come into whenever you want, Joker has a real name. None of us use Joker's real name. He's just Joker.
No,
He even changed his name to Raven in the Discord semi recently, and he's gonna be Joker forever. But I was telling Awaz that Joker won one of my giveaways way back when, and I addressed the box to Joker Blader. And at the time, I was at the post office all the time, so I knew all the clerks. And when I handed the clerk the box, she goes, "Is that his legal name?" And I was like, I I I don't know. I don't think so.
like now that you say it, kind of does sound a little bit off. Listen, I think way back before I let D&D fully into my life and embraced my dice junkie ways. Back when I was a quarter, not even like an eighth of a professional fighting game player. um, AKA when I paid a whole lot of money to go to a lot of tournaments and primarily only won locals. If I like knew I could win, I remember I went through like 6 different like fighting game names.
Mm.
So I started off. So people who have me on PlayStation will know me as Shin Sama. Most people also know me as DM Shin. But Shin was not my first name officially. I went I went by 2 before that. I went by Omega Zero X because I was
Okay.
edgy and yeah, it was not fun. I tried that for one tournament, and someone went Omega, and I was like, no, I don't like when they call me out. No, no. And someone, this guy, one of the guys that ran the tournament, he called me out, and he got tired of saying the full thing. He's like OZX, and I was like, nope, nope,
Mm.
nope, doesn't work for me either. Uh, and I was also at one point Basura King, aka Lord Basura, Basura.
Okay. Okay.
Basura in Spanish is trash.
Mm, mm, mm.
And because I played primarily low tier characters, I would jokingly, I would play this place in the Bronx, and I would
That is
always jokingly,
good branding, though.
oh yeah, people would always be like, yo, you play trash characters, and I'd be like, well, I'm the Lord of Trash. So I took on the nickname Lord Basura, which became Senor Basura. That was like very short lived. That was probably like extremely short lived, and then I just became Shin, and then eventually Mad Alchemy, and now I'm back to just Shin. Full circle, full circle. I feel like though you've never sent me a package under any of my aliases.
No, I don't think so. I feel like it depends on what I knew you as first, but not in a
Mm.
weird, like, Grimjack way, where the first name that you give him will be your name forever, even if, like, the situation or the environment changes.
Oh, oh, Grim. Look,
Such a cutie pie.
we love our Grim. We
You
love
can
him.
go see him in the Discord. You can also, if what you're into is not even playing games, it's watching TV shows, he has like a million
Ghetto,
events in the server. You can
check
go
out Ghetto
watch whatever.
Toonami. I haven't been able to check in with Ghetto Toonami because we're usually running the stream.
It's true.
um, but definitely check out Ghetto Toonami if you're a big anime or just show fan. Everybody in the Discord is awesome. You can find the link in the description below. There's probably
Mhm,
also a
mhm, mhm.
button. You could probably type some stuff in. We're not going to shill that early, though.
I
It's
mean,
too
I
early.
posted the Discord already, but anybody can get to it at any point in either chat by putting exclamation point Discord. It's pretty simple.
Well, you know what? You know what else people could do? I mean, if we're shilling, we might as well. I know, unfortunately, I don't know if our divine, you know,
Our space
emissary,
goddess.
yeah, our divine emissary of the space plane. aka the only person to actually hold the keys to the Demiplane of Sludge. That's not us because we couldn't trust ourselves with the Demiplane of Sludge keys anyway.
It's true.
I'm throwing somebody in there.
Schwump.
I got a couple people on the top of my list right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I would like to consider that the Demiplane of Sludge is probably the same plane as the Nothing in Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Ooh, I could see that. I think they're plane adjacent. I would like to consider them plane adjacent.
Okay.
Only because I think it's more fun that way, and then all of a sudden it's just kind of like you fell out of the Demiplane of Sludge and welcome to nothing. It's like, man, it's real empty here. Welcome. No. But also read DTC if you have like go listen Dungeon Crawl Carl. Just
if you like D&D, you're going to like Dungeon Crawler Carl. Like there's no way around that.
It has made people I have known for many years message me and be like, "Oh, I'll be back. I have to go read." I was playing the Marvel Tokon beta this past weekend, with a bunch of people, and one of my friends looks at me and he goes, "Yeah, man, I gotta go. I gotta go read." And I'm like, "You can read?" I didn't know that.
I was at we were talking about D&D because I was at a baby shower this weekend, and one of the
because that's a perfect place to talk about.
Yeah,
listen, I was at a birthday powder yesterday. Birthday party.
At the baby shower, one of the events was we all rolled up character sheets for this baby, but it was like specialty for baby, and I'm not here to nitpick because the people who were running the party did amazing, and like they have this down pat. They know how to run a party, but I could tell that neither of them have ever actually played Dungeons and Dragons before or like any TTRPG. So like the sheet was arranged real weird and had you roll dice for all these things that you don't normally roll dice for. But like,
look, sounds like they made their own game.
Yeah, like I'm not against them in any way, shape, or form. It's just like I'm telling you, it's not like a regular D&D sheet. It was for the baby and what have you. And so we all start talking about that, and I'm like, you guys, there's so many people at the table who have been like, I really want to play, but like I don't know, I never got a chance to, and I'm like, oh, this needs to be rectified immediately.
Sign them up. We'll run them through everything. Sign them up.
Immediately.
Listen, one of the things I do at work is do my best to disassociate to the fact that I'm actually at my workplace. And usually in the midst of automated tasks or uploads, I usually find myself thinking of things. I had to put it. I told you in DM Makara that I'm going to do this now, but I had to put it in the back of my brain for later. But eventually, I am going to write up a new one shot that's really that I really want to mess around with. So listen, we always have fun things to put people through. Tell them, come.
I also, I didn't know this, but the mom to be, she's a teacher, and apparently she also runs the school's after school D&D program. And I was like, what? How has no one said this to me before?
What do you mean after school? Wait, you mean to tell me they have D&D programs in school now?
They apparently have a D&D club. And I was like, what? Well, how has no one said this to me before?
Be locked in rooms, hidden away like they were coming for us. When I first started playing, you mean we can play it in the open now? In clubs? In
what?
Schools? You mean like part of my tax-paying dollars goes to supporting kids playing D&D?
Apparently.
That I support. That might be the only thing I support. That might be the most supported thing I've ever supported.
I just got like a wave of messages all at once. Everyone's like, let's play games. Y'all know what happens Monday nights at 8. Y'all know where I am.
If you don't know, you better ask somebody.
Silly. But I think the time has come for us to start. So, first thing on the docket, we've been looking at the Retired Adventurer stuff. Last week, we went through the War in the Leper Queens, which probably scarred some of you for life. I'm not...
By the way, can I get the link?
You sure can. I'm not going to say that you weren't scarred for life. Now that we know what the Retired Adventurer is into, I
Wait,
100%...
you mean they were scarred for life and I wasn't here?
Oh, it was wild. There'll definitely be spume everywhere. We learned some new words
I
about what
learned
comes
all
out of
about
ladies.
Oh. Okay.
It was a thing. If you're on YouTube, you can drop the description of this very video, and the link will be there if you want to follow along. If you're on Twitch, I'm going to post it here, and I'm going to pin the message. But I doubt that anything that comes out of the temple to the black vermin gods is going to be less scarring.
This already has me excited because rats... Okay. I think rats are one of the most underrated creatures.
Okay.
Even though you see them, because here's the thing most people do with rats. Rats and vermin includes a lot of creatures, mind you. A vermin
True.
thing could be vast. It could be that you walk into, and this is all hypothesis because I have never read this. It could be things that are absolutely all around the idea of, you know, horror, like, you know, a cute cuddly squirrel that absolutely turns into an abomination. Or, I think that when you get bitten by, you should make a D6 rat infection table. I think everyone should just make a D6 rat infection table. Why, you might ask? Because I think you need to infect your players with stuff that they don't realize is slowly making them cough and wheeze when you make them roll con checks and all these fun things. And slowly they get sick if they don't get it taken care of.
I definitely feel like diseases and madness are woefully underutilized.
Diseases especially. I think diseases need to be more used in D&D because I think debuffs and things that are cured by cure disease, like the minimal things, cool. I need the hard hitting thing. I need the things that make my player go, wait a minute. What did I get hit by? What do you mean I'm deep?
Enthusiastic double gonorrhea.
Enthusiastic double gonorrhea is wild.
That's from Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's fantastic. Oh, but what if you smush them, Mergs? Also, hi.
What up, Merg?
I do like that when you said everybody uses rats. I do like that. I was explaining this to Valley of Vajiri yesterday, that each floor of the dungeon in Dungeon Crawler World has like some cleaning enemy, and on one of the floors it's just rats. There's just rats everywhere that eat up all the offal and the stuff that you leave behind. I was like, that's a clever use of, like, we need a trash mob, a literal trash mob. We need them.
Well, it's kind of like the same thing where, like, I was reading through every once in a while, like I'll get these posts and things that pop up on like Pinterest and things of that nature. And one of the things came across my page on Reddit, which is like a D&D group, a D&D group that I joined or a subreddit that I joined, is people posting like their idea for adventures, and it's all like they coin it like this is my adventure, so nobody really steals it, or if you can borrow it if you want, kind of thing. And one person did an entire campaign where the dungeon is full of goblins and humans. The problem is that the goblins are actually the good guys.
Ooh.
But you're a human. So instead, so you kind of, it's kind of like you piece together things, and like the way they wrote it out was really cool. If I find out, I'll share it with you guys and share it with everybody here too.
Yes,
But it was really
please.
cool. But it was really cool in the fact that like as you read through it, you're realizing like this person said, like you said before, trash mobs. Well, goblins are an infamous, you know, first thing to throw at an adventure party. 5 goblins, you know. You ran into a band of goblins, why not?
Yeah.
And it was kind of like the idea is like, hey, did anyone ever ask the goblins how they feel about being considered a trash mob?
Did you? Probably not.
Like, did you ever ask the Goblin King how he feels knowing you think he runs an entire organization of just mindless morons? Not that. I mean, fair. Fair. Goblins are like mini meth addicts, I think. Oh, that was a flash of light.
Basically. Are you also under Flood Watch?
Yeah, I'm under Flood and Stormwatch, which
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of because one storm already took my patio table.
Oh.
Another storm already broke all the branches in my backyard that I have to buy a chainsaw for now. So I'm kind of done with the weather.
I feel you. I feel you a lot. Our sky is like beautiful blue, but we can hear thunder all around. And they're like,
I'm
flood warning. And I'm like, I don't like that. That's weird.
It's like, what do you mean a flood?
As long as it's not a biblical flood, I guess we'll be okay for now. But
What if it's like water magic, like extreme hydromancy?
we were talking about in Mushoku Tensei, like when Rudy figures out how magic works in the world, and like he applies like velocity and force and volume to his spells. Like maybe someone's just
To amplify them, yeah.
Maybe someone's just making a big storm.
Listen, it's a gathering storm.
Okay, speaking of other things to gather, I think the putting things inside yourself, I think the way that concoctions work, this is written for, again, the retired adventurer mostly plays games in Mongoose or RuneQuest 1 and 2. So it's not technically like the regular stats that you have in D&D, but like obviously there's plenty of crossover, plenty of ways that make it seem like it's almost the same thing. I just feel like I need you to read what concoctions are, and you'll just take this whole paragraph, and now it's going to be in your games. I just feel like that's what's going to happen.
I mean, concoctions exist already with the researcher. I don't know if you ever saw it. I mean, I'll before we get into this, I'll share it quick. The old version of the researcher, because everybody's getting a new character sheet. Hate to tell you that.
Yeah,
because I made a new. No, I just made one that's so clean. I'm proud of myself. But one of the things that I had on there was literally just potions. Like you combine these two ingredients and you make something. So I like this already.
Oh, that makes
I
sense.
want to know what concoctions are all about because concoctions differ from mere potions in that they are intended to have a permanent effect, transforming the inner functions of the. Okay. All concoctions are made using lore alchemy.
I was like, I think you need to look at a Mongoose RuneQuest sheet now.
Oh boy, this is oh boy, don't do this to me. And require a resilience test from the drinker. Critical failure on the resilience roll leads to horrible immediate death. Good, love me some good old immediate death. Failure results in 1d10 damage that cannot be stopped by magic, and success results in no effect whatsoever. But on a critical success, the concoction works. And the drinker experiences whatever the effect the potion is supposed to have. I like that idea. One, because you're amplifying the idea of critical success and failure. It should be more than just a 20. It should be more than just double damage. You know what I mean? Or, oh, you missed really bad. Like, no, you dumb. I like this idea that like you get the worst possible thing on a 1. And best possible thing on a 20. Again, I don't know if they're using those exact die for their success rates and stuff like that, but this is great.
And it
This is
tells
great.
you that this thing is either a huge boon or a huge issue. Like you
And
don't go into this haphazardly.
if you do, you're in for a bad time. Like there's a strong chance you're gonna die. And hey, it's very possible.
Because the first concoction on this list, the King of Poisons. First of all, wild name. But this is an edible black sludge made from the mashed remains of a murder gnome. I don't
Murder gnome?
I don't know if your games have murder gnomes, but I'm just gonna.
I need them.
If they don't, I'm gonna say you can put in a red cap instead, because it's the same thing basically.
No. To hell with that. We don't need basically the same thing. I want a damn murder gnome.
So
So guess what? Roving, raging packs of gnome barbarians that just sweep the plains killing people.
none of them have a real axe; they just all have shivs.
Oh my god, there's just like a storyline in your world of just like this roving pack of barbarians that just like destroy villages, and your party gets to a town under the threat. Like they get there, they sleep at night, and the next morning everyone's panicked. Like, what's wrong? It's like, we got the mark. The barbarians are coming, and like your players are like, oh my god, we gotta prepare. Like they're doing all this stuff, they're hearing all these stories. Like you've spent the whole campaign building them up, and they all get there, and none of the enemies are above 3 feet.
There's definitely people in the front like, oh my god, they're so
But all of these gnomes are borderline muscle wizards.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Like
100%.
they all have transmutation magic purely to get more.
Oh, just so whoa. So in order to
Well,
make the King of Poisons, you have to mash the remains of a murder gnome that's eaten a snake, that's eaten a rat, that's eaten a spider, that's eaten a scorpion, that has eaten at least 10 fire ants, and then you gotta mash it up. If you get a critical success, the drinker becomes immune to all poisons and is considered to have passed any test involving poison with a critical success. Their fingernails turn black. Most common in the Orthocracy and Dwertor. So this is within the main world that the Retired Adventurer has brought up. And the Orthocracy is the, I guess you could say, the ethno-state at the top of the hierarchy, and Dwertor is more like where people below the top class live.
I also like the idea that you succeed, your nails turn black. Like you
Like,
just become emo in
there's
2003.
there's a signifier for this. I like that.
Mm-hmm. You're in 2003 emo kid listening to MCR for the first time. And as a former emo kid, I support this message.
Did you have the flared jeans with the chain?
Oh, I was telling the story the other day to my partner. We were in the car yesterday with some friends, and I was explaining the story. I actually had at one point 2 chain wallets that I wore simultaneously.
Sorry, this is mean.
Yes. No, it's okay. I had 2 chain wallets. I was 2 chains without a wrap crew. Just walking around my. And one of the crazy things, I kept money in one wallet, and then I kept a single dollar bill in the other wallet, as if the other chain wallet was some kind of like professional distraction from the assassins I was not fighting. It was a time. 2 chains, 2 chain wallets. No black fingernails though. I went to college.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
But you know what? I will say the idea that like if you master this poison, everything else is just you could literally have that character go in and just walk through miasma. And he's like
It
Where it's
has
like,
to be like the scene in The Boys where Mother's Milk throws
oh
the
my
tear
god.
gas grenade at Soldier Boy, and he just picks it up and takes like a huge whiff.
Yep. Yep.
You're not gonna stop
Yeah.
me.
You really thought that was gonna stop? Yes, I did. I really did. But also, this is the character that like the enemy. If you throw this back at your enemies, like if you throw this back at your players, it becomes this really messed up way to throw your players off, where like they are now under assault from very from this guy who's just gonna walk up and be like, I've
What?
walked through all like they do poison cloud, like do a cloud of poison in front of them. He's just like, oh, I dropped this.
If like your players are all going for, if there's one or two of them that is known throughout the world as like the poison guy, then obviously one of your enemies is trying to make this potion or this concoction. Maybe they've even killed some of their friends trying to test it.
Mm.
You're like you keep going through their HQs and you're like, why do they have all these weird creatures? I don't understand how this potion works. And then maybe your party learns how to make it too, but are they willing to take the risk of maybe dying for this? Who knows? Drama. But what about the quicksilver of longevity? What does that do?
Well, I mean, nothing says that you're truly living like a silvery fluid injected up the nose and into the brain, some people might say. The recipient stops aging for 20 years and their nose drips silver mucus for the rest of their life. May be used multiple times, but only in sequence. Orthocrats are known as the most common users of this concoction. I love that this world literally has Botox.
Yep. And like, of course, it's the rich people at the top of the food chain who are like, I need to live forever. I need it.
But also the irony of it being injected up the nose into the brain, really kind of pushing the fact that, like, yeah, it's designer kind of idea.
Mm.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, it's not my job to explain it. But I do love that idea of really playing off this idea of like your party going into like a group or like a home of this person and just like or this rich person like raiding their home and just finding these vials of like quicksilver all over the place. And it's just like, yeah, this person was going crazy trying to like stay alive forever.
It's like, I'm going to use The Boys again. It's Homelander's collection of milk.
Oh my god. He found one gray. Found a gray, now he's freaking out, man. Uh, but you know, but you know what? It seems like if you're not an aristocrat who's decided to live long, what else could you do with the next one, Okami?
You could use the smoke of changing gender.
Holy! I just read the
Right?
first sentence.
Okay, here we're getting into fucked up territory, like War in the Leper Queens. The ground up gonads of 10 different sentient creatures of the desired sex mixed with Jimson weed and other herbs and then smoked. The smoker changes sex permanently into the desired sex, usually accompanied by visions of a woman in white performing the changes. Using the magically potent gonads of sorcerers allows the smoke to change genders with merely an ordinary success. So there's for sure people going around like stealing stealing the balls of sorcerers.
I'm just right now, okay? I don't need players to have more fucked up ways to interact with the world I'm desperately trying to keep sane. Now I'm gonna have a player who's just like, it's just like, yeah, we want to check them for loot. Hey, how many of them have nuts? Like, are you walking through the cave like, hey, yo, that leech got a dick and nuts? Like,
I need him.
I need that leech. He got a dick and nuts. I need to grind those bad boys. And what if it's a wizard leech? A wizard leech. He's just like, yo, man, don't steal my nuts.
God.
Don't take my nuts. There's just an entire nation of castrated wizards because all their nuts have been ground into potent dust so people could swap genders. That's so crazy.
Listen, if you thought the coffin in Dark Souls was a weird way to change gender, this is like so many more levels worse.
Like, this is halfway between Renala and Elden Ring in the coffin right now. Truly. It's like, sorry, I don't have a larval tear to rebirth myself as a different person. Well, actually, you don't even need a larval tear to change your look in the game. You can just go up to a mirror and just be like,
oh, true. I am definitely going to. There's now an enemy in my world somewhere that is trying to steal the balls of all the magic casters.
Wait. I just imagine that, like, I just imagine, like, one of your players goes down and the goblins are, like, immediately checking. It's like, you see one of the goblins going to check one of your party members. He's patting you down, buddy. Oh, he's getting real personal. Pulls out a blade. Roll to grapple because he's trying to cut off your nuts. Like, yo, what do you mean he's trying to cut off? He's trying to take your nuts.
He's ignoring the dick, okay? You can keep that. He doesn't need it. What did you just say?
He said, I want the bait, no tackle.
Okay, I knew at some point we'd have to get to, like, something fucked up after we read Warrens of Leper Queen. So I knew something fucked up had to happen. But there's also the Coals of Clear Fate, which sounds like the item you spend your entire campaign trying to get.
I mean, hot coals made from the sacred wood of the dreaming tree set aflame by lava must burn to ash. Oh,
it burns in your mouth? Ouch.
While on the tongue. Then the recipient must swallow the ash. It grants 3 visions of how you might die, each one further along in life but more horrible. Recipient must choose one and will die of it, but cannot be killed prior to that situation. Oh, that's dope. So you know your end. I saw a movie like this recently. Literally, I saw a movie like this. It was a horror movie I just watched. I forget the name of it. But it was like similar idea. The visions are vague about some of the critical details, and they're often used by warriors of the forest people.
I was going to say, for this to exist, it's got to be like people who like know they're going to die, or like they're going into a big battle. I don't think this is spoilers because it's just Donut calling out a media trope. But at one point in Dungeon Crawler Carl, Donut's like, "Carl, don't have sex with that woman. We're about to go into a major battle. I know how media works. You have sex with that woman before the battle, and then one of you dies. That's just how it works. Don't do it." And I like that thought is in my mind. So I was like, this has to be by warriors. Like, we know we're gonna die, but we want to make it count. We want to go out with a bang. Okay, so we're gonna do everything we can, knowing we can succeed at something, kind of deal. So it makes sense if it's made by the warrior, if it's often used by warriors. And the forest people are exactly what you think they are. They're forest wood elves, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I think though they're like one of the lower classes, so they're not like Lord of the Rings elves that have like cool stuff, nice stuff. It's kind of like the Forest Hood.
It's gangster Kokiri.
Yeah.
You get to the Lost Woods and like, yo, you came to the wrong hood. Change your section of the forest, B. Just get jumped by 12 children like forest elves. All throwing smoke, all trying to cut off your nuts.
Yeah, all of them trying to cut off your nuts to make the smoke of changing gender. This is wild. Okay, this last one is Speedy. We need to tell Speedy about this. Red glass powder, made by pulverizing the vitrified blood of eternal night. It must be inhaled. The inhaler gains plus 25% to all skill rolls at nighttime. Pretenders to the throne of night must use this concoction publicly to prove their mettle.
Pretenders to the throne of night.
How do you pretend you're like a vampire?
How do I join the throne of night?
There are two kinds of people.
This is true. This is very true. This is also the most Bloodborne coded thing I think.
Oh,
I've read.
100%. 100%.
Like,
Remember, this is a
hold
permanent
your eyes.
upgrade if it critically succeeds. So plus 25% to all your skill rolls tonight. That's pretty good.
I would only symbolize people that have used the red glass powder by them wearing sunglasses.
I
Because
wear my
Yep,
sunglasses
do.
at night.
As soon as they said at night only, I was like, oh, so they all have sunglasses on.
100%.
Like, just immediately my brain, even if glasses don't exist in Faerun and that's where you're working, they exist now. Purely for the fact that you can now look through them and be like, haha.
Oh,
Plus 37 to this skill roll, bitch.
And again, this system, it's not based on D&D. It's RuneQuest and Mongoose, so it has, oh god, 15 dogs sewn together, but I stole all their balls because I needed it for potion.
That's why we sewed all 15 together.
The
human Dotson peed.
I'm worried about the territory we're about to get into in our current climate because the next section is parasites and symbionts. Would you like to tell us about the purple literacy worm?
I'm so glad you asked. Because I read through this. This is a rough one. The purple literacy worm enters the skull through the nose or the ear, already amplifying my fears.
Don't like that. Get out of there.
When I was a kid, my grandfather told me a story about one of his brothers. My grandfather on my mom's side is from like the South. So all they had time to do was farm and fuck. Because he was one of 16 kids. And his older brother, my
16 kids.
Yes. There's only one left now.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's how crazy it is. But my grand uncle Wheeler, that's his name. His birth name was not Wheeler, but his name was Wheeler. I only ever knew him as my Uncle Wheeler. He had a centipede crawl into his ear and nest when he was a child. My grandfather told me this as a child and immediately had me just petrified of life. So this is already just like and also when I see those people pull tapeworms out of things, like
oh.
I also
take that, manosphere.
I hate it. I hate everything.
Thank you, Fist. That was fantastic.
Oh god, that hurt so good. But no. What I was gonna say is, it's one of those things that when you really think about like a brain worm, an intellect devourer, a mind worm, or something like that, that scares me. So the fact this thing is called a literacy worm, God, I'm scared. Because they sever the optic nerve once they crawl through your skull before they replace it with themselves. This effect is to render the host literate in all languages, though the worm cannot supply meaning or break ciphers. The worm is affected by all conditions that affect, in fact, the host body, but must resist separately. The host may survive a poison that kills the worm, or the worm may be magically confused while the host resists. Two outcomes are mostly likely, though. The worm either starts eating through the material around it, the host brain,
Well,
causing a major wound and the loss of 1d6 intelligence. That is
ooh.
crazy.
And I'm sure in this system it's the same as Pathfinder, where if one of your stats hits 0, you just die.
Oh yeah. Well, I think in Pathfinder, like the idea is that a 0 intellect creature in like D&D is just a mumbling fool. You just are nonsensical, unintelligible, and you just blah, 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 you're blah, blah, blah. That's all you do. Also, I don't know why I just did that. Bro, if a girl can't pick cotton at her forever job while giving birth in a field shoe, don't deserve a high value man. Listen, my great grandmother Elizabeth absolutely probably gave birth in the field. Not even gonna lie. There was nothing but field. Nothing but field, Fist. Just the damn truth. But she didn't have a purple literacy worm because it would have granted her persistence to 25%. But she definitely had a higher than 25% resilience bonus to birth 16 kids. Damn, bless that. Yeah, that woman, yo.
Yeah, 100%.
That con was not my great grandmother's dumb stat. Right now. I've never spoken of a great grand, and I'm sorry. I hope she doesn't smite me. But she's got a high con stat.
Not her dump stat. 100%
Not her dumb stat. 100%. But maybe, I think we all know a few people at certain points in our life that might have had one of these. So, Kami, tell me all about the next thing.
The Whispering Liver, a blackish, intelligent, demonic fluke that replaces the liver of the host and renders them immune to the effects of alcohol or other poisons. Whispering livers talk to their hosts. I immediately was like, Fist, this is for you, isn't it?
I'm staring at the chat, waiting.
In it! This is for you. Whispering livers talk to their hosts, though most of the advice they offer is bad. That's hilarious.
To be begging me for mercy now that I know this info.
That's hilarious. They only give you bad advice. They give the host jaundice when they feel they're being ignored. Whispering livers are caught by... BP! Thank you!
What up?
Long time no see! Buffalo Trail Whiskey. They give you jaundice if you don't listen to their terrible advice. Whispering livers are caught by drinking from unfiltered water and reproduce by provoking the host to vomit a wriggling mass of juveniles into the near... Oh, come on! They reproduce by making you blah, 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 into the water? Yo. BP, you had cold... I didn't know that.
I'm so sorry, BP.
I'm glad you're better, though.
For real.
I don't know why I'm typing as I'm saying. You obviously can hear me.
I was impressed that as you said it, it appeared, and then I remembered that that's what you do that.
Yep. Okay, this whispering liver, way worse than the dookie lettuce parasite that I probably had, okay?
No, because here's the thing.
And lettuce.
Salad is not my friend. I had to actually throw out a whole bunch of salad. I found it at the bottom of my fridge, and I was like, oh, I don't remember when I bought this. Like, it said that it's still good by the expiration. I was like, did I buy this during death lettuce time? No.
Into the trash.
It's gone. But the thing about this is kind of funny is, as the DM, you get to pick the bad advice.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's like they're talking to the guard's captain, and the guard captain's like, yeah. He's like, I really don't know what to do here, though, because it seems like we have an infestation of blah, blah, blah. And, like, your character is going to be like, I really think we could probably fix this. And your liver's going to be like, tell him to go fuck himself. What? It's like, hey, and you know what? That guy, and then the part of your liver's like, yeah, that guy over there in the corner with the sword, rub his bald head and call him a bitch. That's terrible advice. Oh, you don't want to listen to us? Fuck him up right now. Hit the button. Bertram, hit the button.
Hey. You need that dude's balls for your potion. Hey.
Oh my god. You're looting the enemy's pockets, and your liver's just like, don't forget the balls, bro. What? Your liver being like, hey, got a dick.
Check his gonads! Check him!
And it's all because you went and drank the cave water. Because you didn't have a water skin. And you didn't see the weird creature barf up all those parasites next to the water source. So now you just drank infected cave water and you got a whispering liver. Oh. But I'm actually kind of terrified of the next thing and actually wish Lakara was here to read this. Because
I know.
the next thing about here is horror ants. Again, horror ants. Horror ants come from the dream world. Does not compute. Horror ants. Dream world. No.
Oh, okay. So there is a dream world, and there's a race in his world that they work like the chromelians that we went over a while back, where like they have visions, but only when they're asleep. I'm gonna write down that we should make a card for the chromelians.
Fist is just like, you're broke, you're twisted, your girl's a hoe. You'd be like, so you start singing "Party Up" at you. I love this.
And the Dawnlands are what his whole world is called.
Oh, okay. I like this then, because once in the Dawnlands, they attempt to build portals to allow more horror ants in. If you've ever had an ant infestation, this is the worst.
I hate ants. I hate them. I hate them so much.
I do too. But horror ants' bites require a persistence test to resist. I'm guessing that's our constitution. Otherwise, the victim is charmed to want to help the ants, who take up residence in their throat.
Oh, come on, retired adventurer.
And create a certain amount of droning and vocal fry when the host speaks. So it's just... The ants can be killed by eating noxious peppers, drinking poisons, electrical shocks, or by spells specifically targeting them. Yo, bro, I got ants in my throat. Tase me, bro.
Yeah, this clearly someone had to figure this out.
But why the throat?
What a weird... Yeah, like not the brain or the hands or something.
Or like they just build a colony through the bones. I would change... Okay. This would be my only change if I were to use a horror ants in my game. I would change it from the throat to they burrow into your bones and essentially work you like a mini puppet when they need you to.
Okay, when you said bones, I was like, that's fucked up, yo. And then I was like, oh, like they're physically pushing your bones around? I like that less, but it's more terrifying.
No. As in they're burrowing into your bones and then pushing from the inside of your bone to go left when you're trying to go right.
Yep.
So like your leg's trying to go right and your leg's just like, nope, full forwards left. And you're just like, oh, okay, we're going this way now. Weaken to Bernie's. They just weaken to Bernie's your body.
Yep. As someone who has a bone cyst, I can tell you, you can feel when something is weird on the inside of your bone. I just feel like he had to give it some kind of tell, maybe. So he chose the throat so that, like, you can, there's a tell, like, you know, when someone randomly has jaundice after they've been talking to themselves, you're like, So he just needed something. But I was like, I don't know what you could use. The only thing I could think of is if you don't give them the vocal fry, like sometimes you see them crawling in and out of any of their orifices. I think would make it's scary, but
well, hey, if you really want to be scared, guess what? Disobeying the ants requires a persistence test. Failure causes the victim to collapse and begin screaming as they are filled with terrifying hallucinations. I didn't listen to my throat. And now I'm having nightmares.
I'm honestly
It writes itself.
glad that they don't like you're not screaming because they're eating through like your bones or your throat. I'm glad that you're screaming because you're seeing scary things.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, I'd be more terrified feeling ants crawl through my fucking throat.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't say you can feel them or not, and I'm like, I'm gonna make sure that that person knows they can feel them.
Mm. Oh, absolutely. I want you to know that I know that you know. But horror ants are common vermin in the dream world and tend to slip through portals if left open too long. So it's kind of like you almost would also have all of your adventurers check themselves. Like if you go through a common portal, let's say like you're using a lot of these things from your world and you go through portals kind of.
Mm.
I feel like the guards immediately have you walk through something and they just like electrically shock you to be like, yo, you ain't got no horror ants in your throat, right?
Yeah.
Bet not got no ants in your throat.
I like that. Like that's the gate. You just walk through instead of the like the mummy. Instead of I can't think of when you TSA the X-ray machine. Instead of the
Mm.
X-ray machine, you just walk through and you just go like ah! And then every once in a while, someone will probably be like and cough out some ants, and they'll be like, "See, you got to check yourself, man."
Yeah, I was thinking why you said that. Now I got ants in my
Now
throat.
you have ants in your throat.
Well, you know what? While I'm dying, tell us all about the next thing.
The last thing here is foot rats. Okay, sorry, I just scrolled down low enough to see the first comment. Bizarre and delightful from Anonymous. I don't know if delightful is the word I would use for any of this, but all right, you do you. Yeah, now punch me in the liver. Your friend's a pugilist, and all they do is when they see you turning yellow, they come over and punch you in the liver.
By the way, I also like that Anonymous said bizarre and delightful. Right below that, Paul. Paul, we see you. These are great. Thanks. What are you thanking people for, Paul? What are you up to, Paul? What were you doing 13 years ago, Paul, at 11 o'clock at night that you came across this? What kind of dark web stuff were you on, Paul, when you came across this and decided you were going to torture somebody?
Okay, this last one is good morning, hey Waz. This last
Hey,
one
what?
is one
Hey,
of the
what?
weirdest ones by far. Foot rats, a soul forged rat species. So soul forging is something that the high-ranking members that are like clerics of the orthocracy can do, where they can literally craft a soul and put it in a body. So these aren't actual real rats. These are just rats that they've put a soul in the shape of a rat, which I think makes it worse because it could be made out of anything. But these are soul forged rat species found in the orthocracy. Mated pairs of foot rats gnaw off the feet of hosts while they sleep, injecting a soporific anesthetic to complete this task unnoticed and dealing 1d8 damage in the process. You're only losing 1d8 for both your feet coming off. That's a good anesthetic, I guess. They
Look,
then graft themselves onto the stumps. Foot rats double the speed a host can walk at, but they're fidgety. And if the host goes more than an hour or so without walking anywhere, for example, if they're trying to sit by a campfire or read a book, the rats will take it upon themselves to start moving around. The rats sleep for 4 to 6 hours at a time as they please. They might go to sleep while you're trying to walk.
okay. I I want to talk to the retired adventurer because I think I have a good idea why he needed to retire. Just gonna throw that one out there. Um, because crazy enough, between the foot rats, which again I thought were just gonna be some really cool Splinter trained by Shredder style rat ninjas, which would have been much more appreciated. The idea that you can lose your nuts and have them snorted up, you can have ants live in your throat, worms live in your brain, your liver tell you to call people an asshole, and your feet just turn into rats because they decided, hey, you don't need those feet. You don't need shoes. Wear your shoes. And they just graft themselves onto. What does the party do when you take off your boots at the stream and they just see 2 New York City rats just slapped on?
It has to be New York City rats.
It has to be a New York City rat. All rats.
Sorry, Awas. It's like living in Philly. Oh no.
It's like, I feel like the Dawnlands have the worst crackheads of all. You don't know if they drank some parasite water. They got some foot rats. There's just some ants living in your throat. Like, there's so. Normally when we run through stuff like this, like if Speedy's here, like we have to do our best to contain ourselves to not upgrade the channel to like PGX. But like
no, we haven't gotten to yours yet, Awas. You're next.
No, you're absolutely next. You did not miss it. This is crazy, but this is also really great because it reminds your players that monsters aren't the only thing to be wary of. Because at no point are any of these things listed as monsters, per se. They're parasites and symbionts. You know, before we're talking about poisons and stuff like that. And concoctions. These are all things that make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it, but they make a lot of sense because you need to terrify people a little bit more. I'm just going to say it. You need to terrify more of your players and really remind them, like, yeah, you can lose a body part. You can, I mean, granted, you don't want, you know, your nuts chopped off, turned into some powder.
Somebody's snorting it.
Somebody's snorting up your gonads and strife. But at the same time, it could happen. And I like that. I like that a lot. I personally really enjoy that. This is interesting, but horrifying. I would not necessarily run these creatures the way they are, but the concoctions I think I would definitely take. Because I do know that you smoke hollow, warden weed, and grow roots. That is hilarious. I like that.
Good way to get the mummy. Yeah, we were talking about that at the beginning. It was where like we just feel like nobody really uses diseases and madness. They're options that you could do, but especially diseases. Nobody uses diseases, and I will say that the 2024 rules. I realized as I said like nobody uses diseases that they took away a bunch of ways that you could cure diseases that they had in the 2014 rules. And I'm like, oh, they're trying to push people to start using them again? Is that what's happening?
Somebody said in like a comment I think I came across that
back in my day.
Hey, losing an arm back in the day meant no two-handed weapons, okay? That's literally what it meant. Can't wield a two-handed weapon. I don't care how strong you are. You don't got two hands. You failed the initial requirement for the weapon. I guess, though, at the same time, the one thing I will say is if you have rat feet, okay, and you are a monk, and you kick somebody, I'm having you roll on crits to see how many of the rats in your feet pop out to fight people.
Honestly, I really like that.
Like, you should have the option to demorph. Like, again, I'm also now imagining your foot doing the Animorph cover, just like going from foot to rat.
Yo, hear me out. Beastmaster Ranger, your companion, your feet.
Feet. Oh my god. Is that a Beastmaster? Oh my god. No, because somewhere right now we're feeling the horrible urge of somebody who is really... No, I will not. I refuse. Not on this stream.
Oh
I
my
can't
god.
support that.
The only reason I thought of Beastmaster specifically is on my solo supplementals. There's a guy who's been commenting about how he's been blah, 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 when I went over Wild Trainer's Handbook. Wildkin Trainer's Handbook. When I went over that, someone has been commenting that they've been running a campaign in Wildkin Trainers Handbooks as their campaign setting. And he was like, not everyone in my party picked a Wildkin Trainer class or subclass. And I was like, what? Like, the idea that you would play the Pokemon world, but not as a Pokemon trainer, like, blew my mind. And he was like, yeah, we have two players that aren't Wildkin trainers in any way. They're thinking of multi-classing, but right now they're not. And I was like, what are they? And he was like, well, one of them's a Beastmaster. And I was like, okay, that one sort of makes sense. And the other one's a swashbuckler rogue. And I was like, what? And he was like, well, they're fighting pirates who are stealing Wildkin. And I was like, your Team Rocket are pirates?
I like that. Why do I like that?
This is dope, man. Please tell me more. He was like, I'm thinking of making some YouTube videos talking about it. Please do.
Yeah, seriously.
Do it.
I do say though, what do you think this is going to the repository for you, Okami?
Well, it's items, so it won't go in the repository, but I may rework some of these nasty thingies into the world. I also just feel like the concoctions as a whole, like someone trying to work their way up to some of them, could be a whole campaign.
Yes. Yeah, you're just going, like, someone going around to collect all the pieces to, like, all the ashes necessary to, for the coals of clear fate, like, or even, like, someone, again, we'll use Speedy for this one, right? Speedy's character hunting down everything you need to get red glass powder. I could see that happening. And then proceeding to wear sunglasses at night.
Basically, they went Pal World.
Yep.
You are 100% correct, Fist. I'm thinking like, or there's like, you have to steal all the Quicksilver of longevity from all the people running the government in some campaign because they won't fucking die and let the next generation take over. Not that this has any bearing on anything like real life. No, it's totally fantastic in nature. Totally.
Absolutely.
I also just feel like somewhere in my world right now, there's a dude there's a dude stealing ovaries, which honestly, I feel like stealing ovaries is way worse than stealing balls.
I mean, the implications, yes. Yes, when you sit down and you crunch the numbers,
And snort them?
You know, of course. It only gets a little crazy at night. But that's intense. That's just intense.
All I could think of was it's got to be a guy who just wants to be a mom so bad. Like that's the only way I could think of it as this character existing somewhere in the world. He just wants to be a mom so bad, and he's trying to kill sorcerers along the way.
I support this.
With a gun! I mean, it'd probably help do it with a gun.
I just want to know,
I think
if you resurrect a person whose nuts have been lopped off, can they be restored?
That's a good question. Would they come back with regenerate? Does regenerate only do limbs? I don't know. Okay, so Awas, to catch you up, in order to get the smoke of changing gender concoction, you need to ground up the gonads of 10 different sentient creatures of the desired sex mixed with Jimson weed and other herbs and then smoke it.
Roll that shit up and smoke the nuts with some Jimson weed of your enemies.
But if you use the magically potent gonads of sorcerers specifically, you have a much higher chance of success. So, I'm saying there's got to be an absolute freak.
Oh my god!
In my world.
Oh my god!
Somewhere.
Okay. This is horrible, and it only came to my mind because of what we just read. Okay, but here's the plot for the campaign. Okay.
For Gonad Stealers, Season 1.
Here you go. You ready? Here we go. So, you are a wizard. Okay? You are a wizard at a wizard school, you and your party. And it's your first day, which is also the night of the opening hall gala. So the next you have your party role play the first day. The first session would be all of them meeting up inside this place and everything like that. And at night, there's going to be a little event in which you'll have this mysterious character who's worked their way through the party, disappeared with a couple of different patrons, maybe on a nat 20 perception roll. You notice, and the next morning they're going to say, "Hey, 10 of our greatest wizards have been assaulted. We believe someone, or 9 of the greatest wizards of all time have lost their nuts in the night. They have been lopped off and ground and seared back." Why is this a thing? Who does this? No.
I need all I can think of while we're having this conversation is this is obviously a shill for us specifically, but we do have the design for sorcerers that's this hot sorcerer lady is like, my blood is magic, but do go on about your spell book. We need to change this to my ovaries are magic. And you can't have them. That's all I can think of is we have to change that design now. Hi, Nibbles. I actually have my Nibbles socks right behind me right now. Boop. I might get a basic goblin throw pillow. I saw it when I was scrolling through before. I was like, oh, that's nice. I might do that. But that's for a later date. 9 wizard balls. You got to roll them all together too.
I need you. It's like, hey Hey, Master, I know you asked me to. I brought you the. I brought you what you asked for, but I don't quite understand. Why did you need 10 wizards' balls? Don't ask questions. And he just proceeds to grab them, grab the porter, like he grabs a mortar and pestle, and just. Done it. just rolls it up. He's like, "You want to see some shit? You smoke the nut doobie of
Not Doobie.
the wizard nut doobie with your frickin' sorcerer's master, your wizard, the grand wizards, like your wizard master or whatever you want to call him, your teacher, whatever. There we go. Um, and you just like you wake up the next morning, and you're just like, I was a sorcerer. Yes, and now we are sorceresses.
The more we talk about wizards getting high, I'm like, I wish Clubs was here.
Clubs was here. Yeah.
Because I always think of him as being like, when you think about it, that's the perfect thing for a wizard to do. Just like smoke and think about spells.
Yeah, I
He's
I
not
caught
wrong.
it. Don't worry, Fist. Fist, don't worry. I caught it quick. Don't worry, Fist. Right. The highest mage of the land is just cutting off. That's okay. Final point on this, so we can go to AOA's thing. In older D&D, to reach certain levels that were considered really high levels, certain and AWAS, correct me or help me out in remembering exactly which edition it was. I think it's BX. It might be, but I could be wrong. Could be Beck me. But essentially, to become like, there was only a certain number of 13th level wizards, right? But then to become the 14th level wizard, you had to kill the previous 14th level wizard because there can only be one wizard of level 14.
I
So
don't know
you
what
say that
level it is, but that is correct.
it is like 14. I think it's like 13, 14 because it's really not that high up.
Mm.
Older D&D was like, you got this far with the same character and still want to play it?
Shouldn't you be
Why?
dead?
Or shouldn't you have rolled like 6 new characters by now just because you want to? Why is he not in it? Oh, I know that was a druid. Was that only a druid thing? I thought wizards had it. I thought wizards had it too. It was. Or magic. I should say magic users back then, technically, right? But I know druids I know druids to be like the arch druid. I think it was like you had to defeat the previous arch druid.
Yeah,
Because you can only have like one person truly connected to like that much nature, like being essentially the voice of nature, essentially. I think that if you want to add that back into your campaign to become the 10th, to become the highest level wizard, you must take the nuts of the other 9 highest level wizards and smoke that shit.
And you smoke it in like a ceremony where all of them are present, and when you're done being high, like when your hallucinations
all of them
stop.
are present? That's horrifying. Hey man, you want to come by? You want to come by my coronation ceremony? Watch me smoke your nuts.
And then at the end of the ceremony, once you're done being high and like things calm down, everyone's like, "Yeah, bro, that's just the way we do it. Everyone's balls grow back after this. None of us want you to take our balls. So if you want to join the council, you have to find a way to get all of our balls."
What? Every good luck. The John Wick. I was just like
the John Wick of balls.
the lopping off nuts. Just anyway.
And it makes it more difficult each time you add a new wizard to that circle, because that's another set of balls the next guy has to collect.
You hit 13 levels. Your previous Your previous master's like, hey man, I don't want to tell you this, but protect your nuts.
Taisatsu no Mono, protect my balls! I bet the retired adventurer never could have guessed his silly little things would be tied to South Park. What? Isn't Red Tornado a robot? That seems unfair. Tom and Grundy, I totally understand. But Red Tornado seems like that's cheating.
Fair.
But we're going to move on. Actually, we're going to move back, I think is the word, because this is a really old D&D item that Awaz had suggested back in the day. And we're also going to just get a little tiny primer on the Celtic mythos at the same time, because we sort of need to know who's using this item. Boink! This is the Celtic mythos. Also, the fact that there's just a god named Math. I want to be angry about it, because you all know how I feel about Math.
Oh, God.
But this is Awaz. Awaz suggested this. And I don't have a specific link to share with you. There's just 2 images, but they are taken from one of the older books. So I will throw those in to our chat, but I will also throw them in to the Discord. So again, if you guys want to take a peek at these 2 items, you can come right into the Discord and hit up the Tabletop Scrambletop for these 2 Whittle items. Well, one's like a primer on the Celtic mythos, and one is the actual item that we'll be looking at today.
Awaz, if I haven't told you today, you're the best. If we haven't told you yet today, you're the best. Because I read the first line of this.
Why don't you read it to us?
Well, you know me. You can't put words like mythos in front of me and not have me get excited, because it's coming from the Celtic mythos. Math is the greatest of all legendary wizards in Celtic myth. He has given himself the power to hear anything said in a breeze anywhere in the world. He has done so much for the gods that he has been given a torque of the gods,
which we'll take a look at in a sec.
Which, when forced to fight, he uses a rod that turns any being touched by it into a pool of water permanently. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about I want you to think about a guy who is literally turning you into one of the 2 Wonder Twins.
That's exactly what I thought of. You better have a bucket.
It's like you're about to be turned into a pool of water or a duck-billed platypus. You decide. You decide, all right?
Also, the fact that he enjoys turning opponents into animals is wild. Drink your enemies! You just turn into a puddle of water, but he has a cup out there. He just catches you in the cup, and then it is done.
But naturally, we need to know exactly what in the world could the gods truly give a man who enjoys casual hydration and animalization and polymerization. We give him a torque of the gods. Okami, tell us all about it.
So I went online and looked up how to pronounce this guy's name, and I found
Gaivnu.
Gaivnu is what
Gaivnu.
the pronunciation guide says. So I'm going to say Gaivnu. There was also okay. I'm not on Pronounce This, which is a joke website. I'm on a website that is just for languages. So I'm taking this one correctly because the other one, the Pronounce This website is like Gabaninui, and I'm like, nope, that ain't it. So Gaivnu, but the Torque of the Gods, this magical device made by Gaivnu allows the holder to shape change or polymorph others. This is similar to the other druidical torques, but it is made of rare metals and bears a large gem of a random type set into the front. So you get some bling from the gods, and you can be like, shwoop, duck-billed platypus, shwoop, regular-ass duck, shwoop, I don't know, man, turtle.
You know what? Oh my! Imagine this guy. Imagine getting this on a wizard, and he lops off your nuts, and then he turns into a turtle or a pool of water. And he's like, "You don't even need them anymore, bro."
Oh my god. That's the mystery you have to solve. There's blood everywhere, but there's just a single puddle in each of the rooms.
Oh my god! But if someone drinks the puddle, they get a whispering liver.
For some reason, I don't know why, but in my head right now, the whispering liver whispers in the voice of Muscle Man. Bruh. We gotta overturn that golf cart, bro. What the fuck is a golf cart?
You have the Torque of the Gods, like, it's just like, we have to negotiate with the king. Yeah, I just don't know what we're gonna do. Turn into a fucking squirrel, bro. Dude, squirrel, yeah. There's 7 voices, and it's all frat boys in your whispering liver. Your whispering
Your
liver.
mom!
Your liver turns into a frat house.
No one will ever believe you. Yeah. This is my friend. No,
Hey,
it's not. That's your horse. No, it's my friend. I'm telling you. I don't believe you.
Hey, you guys want to meet one of the best lock pickers in all the coast? Yeah. You start pointing to your horse, and they're like, "Bro, that's an actual horse. He can't even hold a lock pick." And then, like, you get to the door, and he takes the lockpick in his mouth, and he's just doing it with his teeth.
His stupid horse lip! Oh my god, it still has all the same skills, but it's a horse now.
Like, you get to the dungeon, and it's just like, all right, buddy, time to suit up. And he stands on his hind legs and puts his armor on. He's just like, and it's Wemba.
Yeah, it has to be Wemba. 100% has to be Wemba. 100%. There's no way around it being Wemba.
It's always Wemba. If it's horse related, it's probably going to be Wemba. Let's just be real. Wemba's thunder dancing in everything we can do.
This is fantastic, AWAS. Thank you for this, yes. AWAS. This was good.
Thank you for giving me something to add to my
uses teeth
to add to any D&D campaign that I ever use, because I absolutely want someone to get turned into a wild swarm of oh my god, it's just animals drinking water, and the water is their former party members. You come into a room, and it's just a bunch of animals around a watering hole drinking.
They get locked in a stable, and the only water source is their fallen friends.
Who's just filled in they don't know it. They wake up animals, so, like, they're aware, and the guy's like, well, I guess I got to give you something to eat and drink. And he just pours water into the, like, trough in front of them and throws food down. But as they're drinking it, they don't realize until they, like, swallow the water that they hear, "Help me!"
It speaks into your mind in your friend's voice as you're swallowing. Yo. We're making Retired Adventurer is making us make up some fucked up worlds right now.
Okay, that makes sense to Mistar. And Mr. Okay, some possession that Mr. has and the Wizard's Code got to take. Oh, okay. Maybe that is. That sounds. That sounds about right, Awaz. If you come across it in your searching, I believe you. I believe you will find it. But
That water got the parasites in it, bro. Fitz just sent me a short of someone filtering water.
Wait. Okay. Just to make it darker, you get to the wizard's lair, and he has a waterfall, endlessly flowing. But you learn that the waterfall is his enemies, and everyone who's ever come to challenge him.
Oh, that's diabolical! I love it.
And you learn that at the end of the waterfall is just like a hole that leads back to the top of the waterfall. So it's just an endless loop of water. So like if you were to ever try to use the waterfall to escape, you're now trapped in a current of souls, endlessly looped until he turns you into water to give you mercy. Yes!
Bro, Sith. Yo, this is... Awaz, you helped, but the Retired Adventurer really got us on the let's be as fucked up as possible train.
I needed this because Cardina felt too soft for a moment. I needed this.
Sir!
I needed this. The sea just got way worse. Oh, I love every second of this. Somebody's getting turned into water.
I just realized this is related to DM Roundtable, but not related to this specific conversation, that the DMs did not break the tie, and therefore my poll is fucked up. I'll fix that by the time the time comes. But okay, Fist and Awaz, I need the two of you to have a roll off to see if one shot supplement or show and tell wins. Okay.
Oh snap!
Roll off exclamation point D20.
Wait, but who wants to represent what?
It's their votes.
Oh.
This is one shot supplement. Awaz is show and tell.
Okay, Fist beating 11.
Okay, this is the best use of the chat I've seen to have the two chats duel. Exclamation point D20.
I think this should be a thing now.
I think we're going to have to do this. The people in YouTube are going to be fighting the people in Twitch, okay? You got to choose your team.
Your exclamation point, Fist.
Yeah, put a D in there and then you're good.
Throw some D's on that bitch.
That's what your livers was. Throw some D's on that bitch.
Wait, you get a new cart? Throw some D's on that bitch.
Awaz wins. Awaz, you got an 11. He got a 1. That is only ones. We are only ones tonight.
We are number 1.
Wow, shit. Show and tell is the winner.
You know what else, though, Kami, we could do to remind people to be winners? We could let the disembodied voice of DM Lakara speak.
We sure can. That was my that was my announcer voice. I didn't intend for that to come out, but it did. DM Lakara, can you help us out?
Hit the buttons. Do the thing. If you have money, make the buttons give him money. If you don't have money, just hit the buttons that subscribe, and that also gets him money. So you get to feel good either way.
Hell yeah! Thank you, DM Lakara. That's awesome. And Awaz has already been kind enough to put all those links in chat over there on Twitch, so I'm going to throw them up all on YouTube. There are so many ways you can support, but there's also a free tier on Patreon. You can just go straight to the Patreon and become a free member and know what I'm going to post. The item that we're going to be looking at in just a bit is actually an item I made that you can get on Patreon if you're a member of the pack tier or above. What? Another? Wait. Hey, Waz, what? You didn't have to give me bits? Bits! Oh my god. Hey, oh, you knocked someone off the board. Oh, what is going on? What is going on? Now my train of thought is gone, and I will suppress the tears. I'm going to suck them back in. The item I'm going to be giving out momentarily, well, it's actually already out on the Patreon, but the item that we're going to be talking about, you can get if you're a member of the pack or above on YouTube, Twitch, or Patreon. If you're a Twitch subscriber, even if you were gifted a sub, you're already a member of the pack. You just have to come to the Discord and come get your rewards. Just let me know what your Discord name is, if it's different than your Twitch name, so I can change your role, and then you can just scroll down and be like, this is for me, and you can get it too, because we're going to be talking about that very soon. I left out a link, and you would think I know all of my own links at this point, but I don't. What did I... Oh, I left out the Redbubble like an idiot. My bad. You can get our merch on Redbubble. There is currently a sale on Redbubble right now as well. It is 40% off for more than 10 stickers, but all of the other items have some percentage off if you buy more than one thing. The percentages are all different. They had a sale, and then they turned off the sale for one day, and then they brought the sale back, which I don't understand. But I think it's like they must have changed something within the system. But there are sales on Redbubble going on right now. So if you want to get some merch like that, oh, My Blood is Magic shirt, or the Ouroboros of Education, or you want to see Steve on your items, you can totally do that in the Redbubble shop. Hi, Steve. He's there. He's always there. There's always Steve. I actually just bought a bunch of stickers for when we run games or teach. I guess we could call it a workshop. The teaching ones, we call them 0.5 sessions, but it's like a training wheel session. Or if you want us to help you build a character, we also do those. We bought some stickers so we can hand stuff out when people come play. And I'm gonna be honest, for the foreseeable future, if it's your first time playing in a game that I'm running, you're going to get dice too. I'm not going to be like the people at New York Comic Con that are running introductory sessions and expect you to have dice. Why would someone who's never played before have dice? Okay. Why would most people who have never... There are plenty of people. Like I just learned, one of my friends I was sitting with at the same table at the baby shower, he was like, I have my own dice. I've never played. I would like to. But I did buy dice because they're pretty. And I was like, okay, that I understand. Sure. But most people, especially if you're going to an event like Comic-Con, like I didn't bring dice. I did bring dice the year before, but that was because there was supposed to be a Magic the Gathering meetup. And nobody was there. And I was like, I know there are nerds here. This is bullshit. This is some bullshit. Make me feel bad about myself because I'm the only one who went to the Magic the Gathering meetup. Rude. Rude. But I'm going to switch up the music. And then we're going to jump over to my item. Yay! No, that's not what I want to do. Nope, come here. Come here. So, the last item that we're going to be taking a look at today are my Alchemicohols. And they're from my campaign. I made them. I did the thing.
I'm proud of you.
I did the thing finally. I even made the art for it. I bought some assets and then I went and changed the colors myself.
Oh my god.
This is a real, like, I did this for y'all. I wanted to make sure that I did it for y'all. So what I'm going to do is...
I'm so... Oh, you can't see it, but I'm grinning ear to ear, smiling.
I did it. I finally did it. This has been on the list. If you've been here on DM Roundtable for a while, you know I've mentioned this so many times. I I finally did it. Like I was like, I'm gonna get this done. I have the assets ready. I think it was like 11:30 at night, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do
It was
my
late.
Patreon stuff. It was late. I was like, I'm gonna do my Patreon stuff early. So, if you are a member of the pack or above, because this isn't on Homebrewery, it's something like a file I had to make myself because, oh my god, I don't know if any of you have ever tried to put a picture on Homebrewery, but I would I would rather get the literacy worm, okay, than try to put a picture on the Homebrewery ever again.
I'd rather have my gonads used to change a wizard set.
It's so obnoxious.
Do you understand that when I put together the researcher, I had to do research? Oh my god, moving
so
pictures
awful.
on Homebrewery. I'd much rather start a leaf blower with the blade on my forehead than ever do that again. Holy.
So, after hearing that, you know why I made these separately. So, if you are on the Patreon at Member of the Pack or above, if you're a Twitch sub, if you're on the Patreon as a member of the pack or above, I'm gonna make words one day. My bad. You can go on Patreon right now. It's there waiting for you. If you're a Twitch sub or a YouTube member, you can go on the Discord. These files are already waiting for you. Now, I outputted them in PDF, DocX, and ODT. But if you guys think that there's another file type I should release it in, then I will release it in that. I just figured like these were the three that made the most sense. ODT only because I feel like PDF is just like the default choice at this point.
Also, I want you to know that this is one of the first things that I get to save of yours in my D&D folder.
That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy.
Like, I get to actually give you a folder now.
You know what? I didn't even think of that. I have a folder for Lakara's campaign. I have a folder for your stuff. Oh, that's so cute. I gotta release more stuff. Lakara's already like, why have you not put out more stuff? I'm like, I don't know. But
honestly, I get why. It's frustrating, and for me at least, like I think I explained to you before, I get caught in a new thought, working on the thought I'm working on all the time.
That's fair. That's fair.
I blame my ADHD.
There's that too. There's definitely that too. But yes, if there are any other file types, please let me know. I will output it in that file type and disseminate it to the rest of you. But Alchemicohols are... I'm going to give you... So there is backstory here to why they exist in my campaign. I will tell you a story about each of them and how my players have used them when we get to them. But I'm not going to read you the blurb. I'm just going to tell you that... No. You want me to read the whole blurb?
Okami, can I tell you something?
Yes.
You
tell
wrote
me.
This.
I know.
You created this. In the same way we sat through Cardna, sat through the World of Darkness, sat through some of the amazing things the cards brought, and the things the clubs has brought us, through everybody's hard work and determination. If we can read about gonad-crushing liver worms and rat feet, you can damn well give us the full experience of Alchemicohols for the first time ever here on the stream.
Okay, I will. So, my campaign started with Lost Mines of Phandelver. I'm in the Forgotten Realms. Your campaign doesn't necessarily have to be in the Forgotten Realms, but within the Forgotten Realms, there is a settlement called Whaaarrgarrrbl, and it's full of artificer gnomes. I don't think most of them are actually canonically artificers, but they do a lot of the same stuff. So in my world, they're artificers. And okay, I'm saying that specifically because this town has always existed, okay, since I started the campaign. I mean, it is canon to the Forgotten Realms, yes, but it was mentioned multiple times by many characters the first year and a half of the campaign. And the breadcrumbs I was throwing out was artificers live there. Artificers live there. If you want to learn how to be an artificer, there's a whole town. You just have to find it. Because technically, yes, it is hidden. No one actually knows how to get there unless they have a guide. Then the breadcrumb I dropped was, when Grimalkin went to the town where his brother last was, they were like, oh yeah, he left with the gnomes from Erythambul. And Gribrak was still like, there's nowhere for me to figure out where the artificers went. How am I supposed to find them? And I was like, your brother lives there. Your brother's there. I don't know how else I can breadcrumb this. Your brother's right there. You could just be like, hey, bro. And he was like, you won't give me anyone to teach me what I want to know. I'm like, there's a whole town of people who will teach you. Okay? Like a whole town. A whole town.
Ooh. Ooh. Pardon me. I'm just... You know me, I get taken aback sometimes. This is just mind-boggling right now. This is...
You have to send that plasma grenade to Lakara so she can send it to the Resident Bard. Or you know the Resident Bard as well. You can just send it to the Resident Bard. That is right up his alley. 100% up his alley.
I don't like hearing anything is right up the Resident Bard's alley, because I'm going to tell you something. Of all of you guys in Cardna, the one person I'm the most scared of finding the truly crazy things is our Resident Bard.
Ooh. Yes.
Because I know he's back there calculating. just cooking up some stuff. I know it's true.
So, okay, yeah, I would say definitely send it to Lakara. She will 100% forward it. I'm sending your present tomorrow, and I'm gonna send. I have something for both Resident Bard and Lakara that I'm also sending out. I don't have anything for the Tiny Barbarian at the moment, though. I have so much stuff for you, Shin, waiting on that chair.
Lord.
There's so much stuff. I have stuff
God.
for you and your partner sitting on that chair, waiting to go to its new home.
We'll talk, because me and we were talking about we have to come up and see you soon.
I like that.
Because I know a certain day of birth is coming nearby. So
It's true.
Even if it's around that time and we just get to take you to dinner and we just hang out, we'll take it.
Yay! I'm okay with that. So, speaking of drinks, if you happen to be going out for drinks, the bar in town is more steampunky and technologically advanced than anything that my players have come across. Because I was really selling, these are artificers, a whole town of them. If you want to learn how to do something, they can teach you. And
I'm scared of the pitches you are reaching, where you sound very much like a very problematic person.
I don't. Do you know what your brother's doing now? He's learning how to build things from the artificers. Wow. That sounds fun, right?
Oh, boy.
So technically, this spoils nothing for anyone in my campaign because they've already figured this out. Erythambul is watched over by a dragon that accidentally became a god at the end of the spell plague. Because that happened to some peoples. If you believed in them hard enough and there was some worship there, you might have become a new god. So they have their own golden dragon god. The sun dragon is the protector of Erythambul. So, don't do bad shit, because you won't be there the next day.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
You said that not all gnomes in Erythambul are artificers, but are artificer adjacent, right? And to some extent, I'm guessing?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay. Would it be safe to say then that, finding just for like I'm just trying to picture it in my head lore wise, like building like the world around as well a little bit. Would people of the like would even the guards be kind of steampunk based?
Kind of, sorta.
Okay.
I'm trying to think
I like
who.
this a lot.
So we used for the actual like town guard, if you want to call them that, are modified metallic sentries, which are like the new creatures that metallic dragons can make. Like if you form a shape out of their specific metal, so in this case gold, you can make like a robot basically, and then all the people in town just modify them and heavily edit them. So like the town guards are all automatons basically.
I like this.
It's thankfully none of my players have decided to fight one of them, but I tried to explain that like they're modified. They're not the original creatures that they once were. Like they're not the constructs that they once were. Everything here is just getting modified all the time. And that's the fun stuff about it. Like they're constantly reiterating. They're constantly, I guess is not the word. They're constantly iterating on their designs, constantly making everything better. And that's the fun of being an artificer. You've got a curiosity and you want to build. There is one monk child in town. And when my players first got to Whaaarrgarrrbl, I had all this stuff planned for them. And they found that this monk child is missing an arm because when I 3D printed her mini, her arm ripped off when I was cleaning her. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make that part of this character. And she's a young gnome child that she's only like 3 or 4. She's not very high level at all. But she is a younger child. She is technically the Sun Dragon's favorite. So he calls all of the gnomes or his grandchildren. This is his favorite because the way that Whaaarrgarrrbl works.
On brand for you.
I know. The way that Whaaarrgarrrbl works, nobody really knows where they are, except that there's this one dwarf clan that hates their guts because they built something for this dwarf clan. The dwarf clan chose not to pay them. This is the canonical part. Dwarf clan chose not to pay them and was like, you fucked us, and tried to attack them. And that's not good when you have an invisible dragon spirit that lives in your town. Like, it's just not a good thing. So this one clan of dwarves, they have babies, and when they come of age, their thing is that they assault the village. And every like 50 years or so, a bunch of dwarves come and assault the village. Most of them get stomped out. But when this...
Wait, are they... Oh, they're dwarves. Sorry, I was going to say, are they murder?
They're kind of murdered. They're kind of murder dwarves, sure. They just keep showing up, and they keep getting trounced. But one time during one of their attacks, unfortunately, they got their hands on this little girl, and she lost an arm. And now everyone really takes good care of her, but all she wants to do is be her own woman. So her dad built her a prosthetic, because that's what artificers would do, except that he has installed a shield inside of it that deploys automatically, like whenever she's under attack. And my players spent a whole... Oh, does it sound like something Grimjack wants to build that he could ask questions about? Sure!
I'm less concerned about him building it and more concerned about him trying to take the arm.
Fair. So my players, when they met this little monk girl, I just wanted to show them that monks were really cool because we have all the monks they had basically ignored in the campaign. I was like, but monks are cool. I want to show you how cool a monk is. And my players took it on themselves that day to fix the familial relationship between that girl and her dad. And I was like, there wasn't a quest I had for you, but sure. So they got to show the rest of the town that like she was her own woman. They don't have to protect her anymore. She can protect herself at this point. And her dad finally disabled the auto shield in her arm. And it was nice and cute and happy, but like it's everything Grimjack wants. And did he ask any questions? No, of course not. But anyway, there's a bar in town. It is pretty steampunky, and I was like, I need something that's weird and that would be science-based rather than just your typical alcohol. So I have the Alchemicohols. They all follow the typical potion rules, but in my game we do the house rule, like drink for myself as a bonus action, administer drink to someone else as an action. So if you're using those rules, that's what we do, because each of these 8 different Alchemicohols produce a different effect. They can be mixed, so like you can take 2 of them and get whatever thing they're going to, whatever's going to happen to you. They'll mix.
Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, they might be good, they might be bad. The apple dumpling game. And some of them have a very specific secondary use case, which is where if you're administering it to someone else comes in. But if you're using these in your own games, feel free to give them as many use cases as possible. It's your world. Do whatever you want.
Having a D&T party.
Each of the potions comes in like a stoppered glass. It's not like your typical glass that you'd find. And they are sold GSRP, that's gnome suggested retail price, for 10 copper.
I hate you and I love you at the same time.
That made me so happy to type out, I'm not gonna lie. So they're at the very high end of alcohol you can buy, but that's just because there's so much science packed into each one.
GSRP took me out. I'm sorry. Hold on.
You also get to keep the vial, which technically destroys the economy, because if you're buying like a potion vial, normally it would be 2 gold to buy just an empty ass vial. So this will destroy your economy, but you can think of it as you get to keep the vial within town because most people don't leave. Canonically, the gnomes themselves only leave town once a month to trade. Like that, they don't go anywhere. So someone else in town will probably be like, "Yo, you got a vial I can borrow?"
You got an empty flask, man?
Yeah. Can I hold that? Thanks. So if you want to make them more like spread out in the world, like currently within my players' inventory, they bought like every Alchemicohol that the town had on offer at the time. So they can sort of disseminate them around the rest of the world, but in most cases they're going to stay close to Irithimble or wherever your artificer settlement is, or alchemist settlement if that's what you would rather make them, because one of the subclasses for artificer is alchemist and they do lots of things with science. So you've got 8 colors. I put them in alphabetical order here, but the first one's black. So a black alchemical is the downer of the bunch. When you drink this, you feel morose. You feel sad. It is if secondary usage though. If someone's really, really optimistic and you need to give them really bad news, you might want to give them a black Alchemicohol first. They may be a bit more pliable when you're discussing bad terms or outcomes if they're already down.
So, is it also, I guess since this is kind of knowledge, I guess it would be kind of fun. You could almost make up like a rule of a boss wanting to like fire an employee, you might take him out drinking and buy him a black alchemical to let him down gently, like, so we're letting you go from the guards. I love that idea. Okay.
And I will also say that the way that we run them, the more you take of the same Alchemicohol, the more its effects they become more potent the more you've had of it. So if someone is already down, you probably don't want to keep giving them black Alchemicohols. It's probably not good for their health. But none of these, except for one, will actually give you the sensation that you are drunk. They don't. They just do whatever their color effect is. Okay. Then you have blue. Gives you a temperature-based effect. It makes you feel really, really cold. Regardless of your outside temperature. Once you've had a blue Alchemicohol, people can see your breath outside. Like, it just comes out cold. Secondary usage. Keeping yourself cool might come in handy in certain situations. If you
Okay, I like that.
If you drink enough of them, you might be able to give yourself heat resistance. You might throw up first, but you might be able to. Dude, Awaz, I'm going to save all of those, by the way. I haven't been saying them out loud, but I'm going to save them all.
I've been copying
Wednesday. Brown Alchemicohols happen to be Valley of Egeria's character's favorite, but when you drink a brown Alchemicohol, it gives you the effect that gravity has been like your relative gravity has been increased. So if you're an undersea creature normally, like she's a water genasi, it feels like she's down at the bottom of the ocean when she has these.
Ooh.
They just like keep her down. And secondary usage, if you drink enough of them, your relative gravity might be increased so much that nobody else is going to lift you.
Damn. Okay, can I just say, the green alchemical, I read ahead for a second. The green alchemical might be my favorite one so far.
You and Goblin Slayer. This is DT's favorite.
Okay, the idea. I'll let you.
Okay. The green alchemical is the intense hallucinogen of the bunch, but it very specifically causes one who has imbibed it to view everything in their field of vision as something flora related. You're just like in a field, everything. Your friends may appear as flora colossi, tree ants, Groot, and everything just gets a bit more whimsical. So when I first introduced them, my players obviously like as a group tried each one, and we're gonna get to red later on, but Goblin Slayer was the first one to try green. He was like, I guess I'll try it. And immediately he looked over at Ambiorix, that's played by Laundry King, who is our Goliath, and he just saw like a tree ant man there. And he also took the drunk one, which we're going to get to, and the red one. So his first reaction once I described him seeing this tree ant in the room was that he went, I'm going to climb that tree. Woo! And then he jumped on Ambiorix. And that became our one of the things we shout at each other whenever we're going to get ready to play, like, I'm going to climb that tree.
Oh my. I like it though.
You could probably come up with your own secondary usage for it, but this one makes you hallucinate real hard. Real hard.
I'll take your entire stock.
Pink Alchemicohols. No, wait, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, because this is also the one that I imagine, like, when you have, like, the joking druid convention in your town.
Yes.
In, like, Erythil, all of them are just in a quad, like, in their circle, in a grove. Just drinking green alchemical. It's just vials of green alchemical, like, strewn across the land. Because they're all just drunk off their ass.
Awaz, I'm going to fucking use that, okay? I want you to know. That will be used. Adventure responsibly. That is... If my players want to start selling these, that is exactly what they're going to do. Okay.
Folks, as we say all the time about this stream, you come here for the jokes, but you stay for the flavor.
Oh my god, that is fantastic. Okay, Pink Alchemicohols. The gnomes of Erythamble wouldn't necessarily call it a love potion, since love isn't something you can measure scientifically, but the effect is basically the same thing. It causes your inhibitions to lower, and some will shamelessly flirt with those they would never otherwise even take a chance on. But we're going to tell you that if you're already horny on main, this is probably not the potion you should be taking. Like, your bard doesn't need this. Maybe the person your bard is chasing needs one of these, but not your bard.
So are you telling me that if I were to drink a pink alchemical, I could release my inhibitions?
Feel the rain on your face.
When you said inhibit, immediately my whole brain just started singing. It also doesn't help that yesterday we went to a birthday party and the theme was karaoke.
Oh.
So but that just made that. Oh,
The
I
way
love
that
this.
the way that we've been running them specifically in the campaign is you generally speaking, unless you already have feelings for someone else, it makes you want whoever is like the first person you see. So some of my players have been like making sure people drink them while they're looking at a specific person. But you don't necessarily have to run it like that. You could just feel the rain on your skin. It's just all your
No one
inhibitions
else
are
can
lowered.
feel it for you.
Yeah. Purple is the gnomish equivalent of moonshine. This is the one for you, Fist. Okay.
Yeah, this is Fist.
If you want to get drunk, this is the one you're after. But don't come crying to the gnomes if you can't handle your alcohol, though. It is like immediate, strong drunk, not like tipsy. Like, oh, I barely know where I am. Combining this and green is you're probably gonna have a bad time. Doesn't mean you can't do it, but you're probably gonna have a bad time.
Not advised.
Yeah, it's not advised. Red Alchemicohols is the opposite of the black. So if black is a downer, red is an upper. You take these if you want to lock in on a specific task or endeavor. Nothing will stop you from achieving your goals. Whether your goals are charging your way through some paperwork or crushing your foes, you'll be well on your way. You will. So this is just something that we happened to do, and we decided it was going to be the side effect of a red alchemicohol. But you can't, if you're drinking a red alchemicohol, while it's in your system, you basically have to say at least once per phrase, you have to turn into Ric Flair and go, woo! That's your new tick. Like, you can't not do it.
I support this.
So, I don't even know where it came from. I think it might have actually come from, I'm going to climb that tree. And then, woo! And we were like, okay, you turn into Ric Flair when you have a red alchemical. That's canon now. I was actually gonna put a link to like a YouTube video of Ric Flair just going woo, but I didn't. I was like, you know what? Let me not. Secondary usage, though, this one is probably the most important of any of them. If you don't want to risk a medicine check, forcing someone to drink a red alchemicohol will push them out of death saves as if you'd given them an adrenaline shot, but it will not restore their HP. So it won't give them 1 HP to wake up, but you'll push them out of death saves. But if you do it more than once in the same encounter, there's going to be some side effects. We like to do, even after the first one, you probably are, when you actually wake up, you'll have a level of exhaustion. So don't keep doing it to someone. They're going to have a bad time. It's like an emergency usage.
Okay. Like, not a happy I'm back, but like a jolted awake kind of thing?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't like that.
I actually didn't come up with a secondary usage for that. It was my players who were like, well, if it's an upper, can we up someone out of being almost dead? And I sat there and I thought about it for a while, and I was like, yes, but it's not good for their system. They're not going to wake up. Like, it won't give them health, but it'll make them, their body won't, like, pass out. I mean, they're already asleep. They're unconscious. But, like, I guess, but we're going to have some bad things that happen after. That's not its intended usage. And then the last one is the Sky Blue Alchemicohol. Instead of pushing you down like the brown, it actually lowers your relative gravity. So you'll feel lighter. You can jump a bit further and farther than you would normally. It's minimal like moon shoes, but if you can stomach enough of these, you might even be able to mimic a sort of levitation. I think my players got to 4 or 5, and they were sort of able to like do a little hop and float across the bar.
That's good.
But secondary usage is another one that they were like, can we just drink this on the way? Using Featherfall is definitely preferable if you're falling from great heights. But if you can shovel a bunch of Sky Blue Alchemicohols into your gullet as you're falling from a great height, it might lower the fall damage that you're taking, because you will be falling slower. You'll still be falling, but you'll be falling slower.
Okay.
And those are my 8 Alchemicohols. And then there's a little disclaimer at the bottom. Each of the icons I'm using for my Alchemicohols originally came from the Pixel Fantasy RPG icon set by Kaz/Kazwolf. You can get right on itch.io. I used the 32 by 32 icons. The green and the red ones were default in the set, but all the other ones I changed the colors of. So he has, if you buy the one on itch, it has the license where you're allowed to edit whatever as long as you give credit. And that's what I did. But I was like, it's time. It's time to finally get these out.
No, these are awesome. I think I kind of want to borrow these for my D&D stuff.
Please do. And like, it doesn't have to be from your Rhythm Bowl. They can be wherever you want them to be.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know that I would do a Rhythm Bowl per se, but I like the idea of a Rhythm Bowl. So I would like in a Rhythm Bowl-esque place. I especially love the fact that you know that this city is pseudo-magical, because that's what I really consider artificers, like pseudo-magical. So automatically, everything up, like, you're not just saying, oh yeah, they're pseudo-magical, whatever. You're saying everything about what they do captures this energy, captures that, like, you know, vibe per se. And the Alchemicohols, I feel like, really do that, because it's kind of like, hey, do you want to have a drink? Or do you want to have the night of your life? Like, do you want to go through everything all at once? And there's so many different, like, weird ways that you can really play around it. It gives a lot. For being 8, you know, just various colored potions, per se, you've given us a lot of reasons that you might identify someone drinking it and how you might want to interact, because it kind of gives you a weird foresight, I feel like, in a way, to like, oh, okay, you're at the bar here in Irithable, you're looking for an adventurer. Well, you know, maybe you're looking for someone drinking a lot of purples. You know what I mean? Like, or you want to hire the really bulky barbarian and then buy him a red and be like, here you go, brother. And he just chugs it, and it's just like, oh man, I'm trying to bash butts and chop nuts, like, you know.
I love that you specifically said barbarian, because our barbarian has the most of these. Like, that's his drink of choice.
I love this.
That's perfect. Actually,
it writes itself.
Uses the most of them. I think technically, I looked at, I remembered that my players stayed in Irithable like an extra couple of days to make sure that they could get all the things that they wanted. But I didn't realize that, like, pooled together, they have like 100 of some of the colors. And I'm like, oh, they like, because they were like, no, I want to buy out the town. I want to buy everything that you can produce.
Entire stock.
And I was like, oh. And I did give them a discount because they were buying so many. I was like, oh, they still have so many. And they do come up not kind of often, but every once in a while, if they actually have a night where like nothing is going on, when they have like their campfire talk, they all bust out an Alchemicohol.
Okay, I like that idea. It's just kind of like, well, time to crack open a cold one.
I am the three-eyed crow.
I read that and I lost a little bit.
I hope that each and like this is what I feel like. I have made the joke before. I feel like this is my contribution to the TTRPG community, like these particular items. And when I finished the document, I happened to be talking to Zella, the community manager for Enclave, and so I sent the document to her, and I went, "Hey, I know we're playing, like, these were made for D&D, but realistically, you could use them anywhere, and I think that they would fit really well into a weird world that you or Robbie would come up with." Like that waffle world we were on, I was like, they would probably have some weird shit like this.
I like what you did. Good shit. See, this is the stuff that makes me happy. You did it. You did it, Okami. And this is actually really good, man. Like, I really like this. I think this is a really cool idea. And it doesn't... I like it also because it doesn't break anybody's world to include it. It really only adds. Like, the only thing this does is truly add without taking anything away from the world. It's truly actually kind of enhancing it, if anything. Because it's giving you things to work with in the world that you probably weren't thinking of necessarily.
Yeah, it's just like if you're gonna let people keep the vials, don't destroy your economy. That's the only thing that it'll mess up. Don't destroy your economy with empty potion bottles because you got wasted the night before.
No, I want to get chocolate wasted.
I will also say that most people probably aren't buying like 600 of them at a time, like my players did.
Weak. Step your game up.
So you probably won't be able to destroy the economy if you just get like one or two, like a normal person would.
Fuck the normal. Do odd things.
Light elf wasted.
Oh my god, light elf wasted is crazy.
So the purple ones, Goblin Slayer has been taking because he's wearing the dwarf belt that makes it so it's really hard for you to get drunk. And the purple one, he can beat out that belt with purple Alchemicohols. So he's really the only one who drinks the purple ones.
Damn. I honestly, everything we went over tonight, I would use. But this is, like I said again, this especially is really dope, man. Like, this came out great.
I will beam with happiness if I'm ever playing in a game and someone's like, "Oh yeah, so at this bar they have these things called Alchemicohols." Like, I'm beaming in my chair right now thinking about how I might see this in one of you guys' games, and I'm just like bouncing up and down happy.
I'm gonna be honest, it's not an impossibility now. Hate to break it to you, but you've opened this opportunity.
So yeah, use Alchemicohols in your games, and you only gotta be a member of the pack to get a copy of the files. But like we've gone over them, you don't necessarily need the file. It would be nice if you want to throw money, but not everybody has money to throw. So you can just use the information we've gone over in the video. But the files are there for you if you want them and you want to support, so we can keep bringing more stuff. Yeah, you could just put them in magic shops if you want to. Like, it doesn't have to be a steampunk bar.
They could be weird, vile things that your players think are potions, and then they finally like go to drink one in the heat of battle, and it's just like, you're drunk. Huh?
Nobody spin them.
Like, what do you mean by that? Like, I'm also just imagining like someone being like, "It's okay, I'm gonna poison the king," and they pour a black alchemical, not knowing what it is, and the king's just like, drink," and he's like, I really want you all to know that I'm just sad. Dog, why are you telling us this?
Grimalkin's brother, Roland, is just a very, like, you wouldn't say sour, but like he's never appeared excited ever to any of the characters. Like barely even Grimalkin. It's just who he is as a person.
I wouldn't call him angry or morbid, but you will not see him smile.
Yeah. So his favorite combination is actually black and brown.
That tracks. Dark liquor. It'll do it to you.
Yep.
Dark alchemicals. getting us every time. Damn it.
Oh, the little shot bottles, that is cute too. Yes, yes. Like if you're passing through gnome territory or something like that, they're like in the gift shop. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. That made no sense. They're like in the gift shop as you're traveling through. Oh yeah. And I'm sure at a shop like that though, they're going to be like quintuple the price, so you won't destroy the economy. You'll just hurt your own wallet. I'm so happy we got this. I got this out to the community, and I'm just happy it's finally out, and I can just share it with people. And also, I'm happy that I have a specific document, like even for my players to use, because in my notes, so I feel like this is coming out as a humble brag, but that's not the way I intend it. But when I came up with them, I was just like, I need weird shit that's science-y. So my players were like, what's different about this bar? And I was like, and I came up with them. And my players really, really latched onto them. Like we had almost like 2 hours of them just in the bar trying the different combinations and what have you. And I was like, oh, these work. And at the end of the session, my players were like, so where did you get those? I was like, what do you mean? Where did I get them? They're like, no, like what world did they come from? And I was like, I made them up. The hardest part was coming up with the colors, really. That's why there's blue and sky blue. I ran out of colors in my head. I was like, I don't know what color this should be, but I assume it also has to be blue. So my notes are just like furiously scribbled the color and what they do. And then as I was going through my player's inventory, I was like, oh, they did the same thing as me. Like, as I was scribbling the color and the basic gist of what it did, like, Nara's inventory says, like, black, sad.
Black sad. What? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
So I was like, okay, it's good that I've made a document that everyone can reference.
No, you need to have them, like, fall into, like, the Underdark and have, like, the drow read the note and be like, black sad? She's saying our cult is sad? We're in the Underdark.
Everything's sad.
No joy.
I am furiously trying to fix the poll so I can give you guys the poll. We're now, okay, I said this at the beginning of the stream that I'm going to try to find a way to just display what the topics are going to be. So I'll probably make a spreadsheet that's, I think I might make it visible to everybody. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna figure out like what the best way to arrange the axes and stuff is. But show and tell, now that you guys had the roll off in chat, we're going to do that from now on. I'm not going to ask the rest of the DMs who didn't vote to end the tiebreaker. You guys are going to end the tiebreaker. That is so much more fun. Blue rock candy. I would love that. Just some good... I want there to be rock candy that's like actual rocks that some creature has. Like maybe earth elementals or something. There has to be rock candy that's actual rocks so that someone can try to bite it and break their teeth, and that would be funny.
Oh my god. They're talking to a mountain. He reaches into like the side of a hill, pulls out this crunch on, so he's like, you guys want some? And you're like, yeah, I don't want to be rude. And he just drops a boulder in like one of your party members' hands. He's like, oh, you know, we got smaller ones for the humans over there. For the mortals over there. And it's just like an actual pile of candy. Because he's like, not gonna make it to rocks.
I love that! See, that's the kind of flavor we like here.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I'm realizing is that I did not describe how they taste. I don't know enough about flavor profiles to really describe how they taste. So that's really up to you guys, however you want to describe them in your worlds. I would assume, I think I did describe the green one as tasting like grass, though. which would make sense.
Yes.
But what show and tell is August 31st. That's how far ahead we are right now. And we may spread those further if DM Lakara runs her game before. So I will tell you guys now. I talked to the roundtable about this. I will probably run my playtest of the second trial in mid-October after Comic-Con. I think that's the best time for me to build it, because DM Lakara's already made her character. I won't spoil it for any of you that she's already made her character, and we talked about it a bit. And she goes, I made my sheet on Roll20 because I assume you have a map. And I was like, oh, I have a map, but I'm physically building it, and we're gonna have all the cameras set up. So it's a play test, but it's also a camera test. And if that works, like, I'm just gonna start playing games and Patreon games that you guys pay for, exactly like that.
Let me know. I'll show up.
I was also
literally
thinking
have-
about that. I was like, I think some people could show up in person to also be here for the
Quite
playtest.
literally, if you give me at least a week's notice, I can always appear. I just need 7 calendar days.
What came up to me was, I will make as close proxies as possible, and if I can't, I'll do what I originally did for Clubs' character Nails in our campaign. Before he made the Hero Forge, and then I 3D printed it, or rather, he made the STL on Hero Forge, and then I 3D printed it. But before that, I just took his picture, and I made a standee out of his picture. Like, if it comes to that, I'll do that. And we're laughing about it because Nera, Veli Vajiria's character in my campaign, is a water genasi. She is blue. She's the blue lady. Like, NPCs are just like the blue one all the time. And we were, I'm going to say, 4 years into the campaign. We have been using a proxy of a rogue for her. It's like a warrior rogue lady with a sword. And that's the mini that we've been using for her for the entire campaign, because none of us have a genasi mini. We just didn't go out and get a genasi mini at any point. I think I actually have a genasi mini. We just never used it. We just keep using this proxy. And about 4.5 years into our campaign, Grimjack goes, I thought you looked just like your mini. And everyone stops what they're doing and stares at him, and he's like, well, that's the mini you chose. I assume it looked like your character. And we're like, she's blue!
Ah, I love that boy. Love that boy. But Okami, on that note, I do have to head off as I have an early morning.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It is the curse of my boss being sick right now.
Oh.
Yeah, she is not feeling well. And I fear telling her or the other member of the Eastern European bloc that work at my company anything short of not a problem.
Ah, I gotcha.
Not because they're mean, but because I just don't want to tell them, no. Just
Fair, very
Very
fair. Very
really
fair.
don't. I don't want to catch that fire. So, AWAS, I want you to know that when I am drunkenly writing at 2 a.m, drunk off dragon's blood, and quite honestly, my favorite one being this plasmoid cocktail. When I'm gone, I will not adventure responsibly at all. It's not happening. Not at all.
I will also say, I'm just going to say this while you're still here, because I know you'll be excited about it too. But at the beginning of the stream, we had a bunch of viewers on YouTube and Twitch, like more than average. And then all the numbers died. And then my phone lit up and I got an email from somebody that was like, "Hey, I enjoy your variety streams." And I was like, "Were you guys just watching the stream and then you sent me an email?" They're like, "We'd like you to check out our game." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." But it's just weird that you all came, like, it must have been, I'm assuming it's going to be from a small company, and like they all came into the stream at the same time and then left.
They really wanted you to know, like, hey, we truly want you to know that this is all of us. Like, this is the company. Well, listen, whoever you are, whatever you sent, I'm sure we will take a peek.
Yeah.
If it's like a TTRPG, for sure, we'll even peek at it here on the. Or does it seem like a game, like a video game?
I didn't see. I only saw like the preview of the email. Just says like, "Hey, we enjoyed your variety stream. Here's our game." And I was like, "Oh, interesting that you would send this to me while I'm streaming."
Just
That's fast.
Remember, execute.
True. Listen, we've all learned from this stream that sometimes answering a cold email is the greatest thing that you will do.
Yes. It is so true. It is so true. But on that note, Awaz, Fist, Okami, and everyone else that has joined us tonight, thank you again for joining us in checking out everything here on the stream. For sure. With me, but I am out of here to go torture the souls of everybody in a weird way. Probably using gonad nut smoke magic. So thank you, retired adventurer. Thank you for not making the genitals of anybody safe for the rest of all time. Nobody's safe.
No nads.
I can't say gonads. Guys, just remember, you're only 9 wizard gonads away from the biggest change of your life.
It's true. It's all true.
Night, everybody.
Good night, DM Shin.
Bye.
For the rest of you, we're going to do our usual polls. So if you haven't been to DM Roundtable before, the way this works is at the end of the stream, we run a poll. On Twitch, it will run for 10 minutes, which I'm going to hit now. Blink. Everything's Mistress' fault because she wants to blow up her boy toys, okay? We'll also put it in the chat on YouTube. But you guys, plus the votes of the DM Roundtable, so even the members who weren't here, we post a poll in our chat that we have on the side. That's how we talk to you guys. All those votes get tallied up, and they decide what the next topic is going to be. So on this particular poll, we've got adventures. That's pretty self-explanatory. We go through an adventure. We got articles, which is we go through articles that we found online that say like, oh, you should do this with your character, or oh, what is the worst, blah, 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 or how can you make your table better? And then we talk about them. That's actually how we found the Retired Adventurer, because we went over his 6 Cultures of Play article. That was the very first episode of articles way back in the day. Then there's homework, which is we will go through a supplement that is really long, but it will never take more than 5 episodes, because the first supplement we ever did took 7, and that was awful, and we will never do that again. We learned our lesson. But we'll go through a really big supplement that takes a couple streams to actually get to the end of. There's maps. That one's pretty self-explanatory. We actually got to build a map on the last maps because I had some tiles. Or maybe that was 2 maps ago. Anyway, it's fun. We get to look at maps, and then we also get to talk about them, and usually we end up building a little story around them, which is kind of cool. And the last option is one-shot supplement, which is a supplement that may have a whole bunch of stuff in it. So items, creatures. We looked at biomes for one of them, where it was like creatures and hazards in a certain area that we can get through in one stream. So if you want to see like a meaty supplement, but that you can get through pretty easily, one-shot supplement is the option. Though, again, this is not next week's topic, because actually next week we're going to be doing maps. And then I'll tell you guys the schedule as it stands right now. Next week is maps. Week after that, DM Speedy is going to be running us through something. I assume it's Hunter the Reckoning based. World of Darkness based. I don't know which game it is within World of Darkness. We'll be running through that. If we finish that in one session, though, if you've been here for a while, you know we usually don't finish one shots in a single session. They usually end up being 2 or 3 shots. The next topic after that is backgrounds and feats, then creatures, then show and tell because of the roll off that we had, and we're instituting that from now on. If there is a tie at the end, the next stream that we do, we're doing a roll off. Okay, that's fantastic. And then it will be whatever this poll decides will be the topic after show and tell. However, even though those options are up on Twitch right now in this poll that lasts for 10 minutes, the poll doesn't actually last for 10 minutes. No, it does not. It lasts for 24 hours. He voted for one-shot supplements. That was what he lost the roll-off for. 24 hours after this stream ends, we run our poll in the DM Roundtable chat so that the DMs can put their votes in and get that out of the way. So if you watch the VODs of this and you heard what the options were, that was very nice of you, Awaz. Awaz, Fist voted for one-shot supplements. No, wrong way. Fist, Awaz voted for one-shot supplements. So you might win this time. But if you're watching this VOD, you heard that, you saw that, you can send a direct message. Listen, please don't send them over Twitch because I won't see them because Twitch hides the DMs. So come over on Discord, hit me up on Twitter, come on YouTube, what have you. Leave it in the comments on the VOD what you want your option to be. You have 24 hours to add those votes to the total because everybody's vote counts. And so far we got a vote for one-shot supplements. Are you also putting your vote in for one-shot supplements again, Fist? Because that just makes my life easier, really. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. Make my life easier. Also, I will say that. Let me get this open. Here we go. I want to come here. This is the last week of the month, and that means that we have our thank you stream. Every month, there are 2 polls that go out. So there's the Alchemicohols Plays poll, which we haven't really played anything for in a really long time, and I feel bad about it. And then there's the thank you stream poll. And this month, community voted that we're going to be playing Marvel Rivals. So Friday, starting at 2 p.m., and I don't think I have anything else that's happening the rest of the night. So all freaking day, most likely, we'll be playing Marvel Rivals. Come join us. Come join in. Have fun with us. Come play. It'll be fun. I swear. I swear to you, we will have fun. I am trying to get to... There we go. That's what I wanted to get to. I'm going to just switch the window really, really quick because... Sorry, this is taking longer than I thought because I'm stupid and I keep clicking the wrong thing. But... membership tiers. No, you don't need to see that. That was F12 instead of F11. If you are a member of the pack, so if you're a Twitch sub, these are all the things you get access to, not just that thing that I just released. There are plenty of other things we've released on Patreon. And also, if you're a YouTube member or a Twitch sub, you can access all the same stuff on the Discord. It's already out there. But you get access to the upload schedule. You know what I'm going to upload before it comes out because most of the stuff is planned in advance. It's ready to go. If you happen to do this on YouTube, you actually will, at any tier, get early access to the videos. So you'll see the upload schedule, and then you'll also be able to watch those videos early if you happen to do this on YouTube. You can't do the same thing on as being a Twitch sub or on Patreon. I apologize. I just don't know how to make that work. And I cannot figure that out. I could upload all the videos to Patreon as well, but that doesn't seem like an efficient use of my time, if that makes sense. But you also get access to the updated BGM list. So all the music that we play in the background of these videos is on a big, huge, let me do this real quick, is on a big, huge list of music that I curate. We may not share the same library of music, but I know everything used to be so easy. They made everything so hard for no reason. But this is all the music that I would use when I'm running a TTRPG. The most pertinent thing to all of you is if you happen to also stream your stuff, like I do a lot of, this copyright ping column over here will tell you if it's green, that means you can put it in all your videos as background music. Ain't gonna bother nobody. If it's red, that means you either get your video blocked or demonetized completely. And if it's yellow, you share revenue with the rights holder for the music. So this huge list is here all the time. You get access to that, and I'm constantly updating it. You also get access to the repository, which Awaz has mentioned during this stream, and so has DM Shin. These are all player options that I would be okay with, and I think are good in a campaign that I would be running. There are sometimes notes on them that are like, oh, we have to change this or that. So this is good for your players or you. You have backgrounds, you have classes, you have feats, races, subclasses, and spells, all player options that you can mess around with. A bunch of them we've talked about on DM Roundtable. Some of them we have not. But once you have access to the sheet, you can even look on it and be like, yo, I think we should talk about this on DM Roundtable. And hit me up, and we will talk about that on DM Roundtable, and it will be fantastic. Bloop. We're going to come back over here. So you're a member of the pack automatically if you're a Twitch sub, which there are a few of you now, which is fantastic. I think actually I'm going to pop up the subscribe while we're here. I might as well, and it's like off the screen, so that's even better. And if you want to give even more support, which I'm not making any of you do, like, I mean, I'm not forcing any of you to pay for any of this. But if you wanted to, you can become a respected hunter, which is the next tier up. You get access to video notes and also giveaway helpers, which I don't think anybody's actually helped me with at this point, now that I think about it, but that's fine. There are thresholds that I get to in subscribers and oh my god, followers. Once I get to those thresholds, I do giveaways, and you help me figure out what we're going to give away this time, because I have lots of stuff that I would love to share with the rest of the world. And you also get access to video notes, which is the important part. I've been on YouTube for over 20 years now. I have so many notes written down, but I have analysis paralysis. You guys can help me with that. I put up notes posts kind of frequently. I haven't actually put up a notes post in quite a while because it's mostly been polls and stuff like the Alchemicohols for you to take a look at. But yeah, those are the things. I see that our Twitch poll just ended. Therefore, I'm going to pop open you again. I'm going to take this off the screen. I'm going to make sure that I write down that Fist also voted for one-shot supplements. I have a feeling one-shot supplements is going to win. I don't know. I just sort of feel it in my bones. I just sort of feel it in my bones. Do remember that a what? I should do a what? What? You have my attention. Do remember that if you are already a Twitch sub, come to the Discord right now, and you will have, well, if your username is different than it is on Twitch, let me know. I will change your title on the Discord to member of the pack, and you'll then have access to a whole bunch of stuff within the Discord, and you'll get access to all those other things if you want to look at the D&D repository, if you want to look at the BGM list, you will have access to those as well through the server. Ooh, that's an interesting topic. I like that. Okay. I like that, AWAS. That might go in Delving with Your DMs episode. That definitely might go in here. Oh my god, I just realized. Yeah, Delving with Your DMs. That should have been on the poll. That should have been on your poll, on the poll so many times. I keep skipping it. Whoops. But personal rulings like house rules, fantastic. That's a great idea. We got to catch up on Delving with Your DMs. Wow, okay. Delving with Your DMs often turns out to be us complaining about our players, and by us complaining about our players, I mostly mean my players, because as you'll come to learn, hanging out on this stream, actually you probably learned today, my players specifically are the most problematic. I listened to the first episode today of Dead Echoes. I had it on in the background while I was doing stuff. While I was finishing Dungeon Crawler Carl Book 5, I had Dead Echoes on the TV. Rules of the House. We could do that for show and tell or Delving with Your DMs. Ooh, I like this. Okay. Yes. Those are great ideas. I can't believe I just looked down and was like, yo, Delving with Your DMs has the least amount of episodes because we added it so late, comparatively speaking, to everything else. Okay. That'll be on the poll next week, no matter what. But I want to say thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for hanging out with us. We are 100% from now on. If there's ever a tie in the votes, the two chats are having a roll-off. That's how we're going to decide this from now on. That was awesome. And I want to do that more often. We need to have more roll-offs. That's fantastic. But until, I would say normally until next week. However, Friday, 2 p.m., both of these channels too, YouTube and Twitch, come and hang out, play Marvel Rivals with us, please. 2 p.m. is when we're going to start. I'll probably be on most of the day. I might take a break to eat, but generally speaking, I don't take a break to eat when we're doing the streams. I just have like a snack now and then, and I just keep playing all day. Because I want to say thank you. And all of your names will be scrolling, all the supporters' names scroll across the screen while we do that. I am realizing, AWAS, that bits are have so far not been counted in the I forgot what that in the donations tab. Bits are donations. That's what they are. I need to add that information because I don't think I did. I don't think bits are in there. I gotta add those. You can use your donation monies should you donate. Again, I will never force you to be like, give me the money or I'll leave. I've been here for 20 years. I ain't going nowhere. Okay. You can put that towards us running a game for you as well. Me, DM Shin, and DM Makara, who is not here tonight, but has her own Start Playing games and actually just ran her first game of Stormlight Archive last night. You can go straight to her page, and she runs games all the time. But you can do your payment for games that we run through donations or Patreon. But if you're on an iOS device, never do that. Patreon is so expensive. Don't do that if you're on an iOS device because Apple makes them pay an extra fee, which really means you pay an extra fee. And but there are ways around the thingies. So yeah, there's plenty of ways. We run games. We can also do a starter game like the 0.5 sessions that I mentioned before. 0.5 sessions, super easy. We just break it down for you. Easy peasy. We have like a little questionnaire we'll send out before we start them. We do them in 5e, OSE, and Mothership, and Enclave. Or we can help you build a character. Those are all services that the three of us provide. So you can do all that. I got to add your bits to the list. Bits to dono list because we owe you a lot of stuff. Okay, we owe you and Dex so many things, and we're gonna get that done. Okay, it's gonna happen. Okay, it's gonna happen. I need to gigantify an emote. Okay, I need where's a good one for this? You know what? Yeah. Yeah. This is the one. Bloop. That's what we need. Clappy hands. Okay. But anyway, I will hopefully see each and every one of you that's tuned in tonight on the Friday stream. Come hang out on the Friday stream. It'll be fun. I swear to you, it'll be so fun. But until then, they don't? Mine is currently playing. But my chat did crash twice on the app earlier. So, it might not be you. It might be on the Twitch end. My app did crash. And that was whack. But I will hopefully see most of you on Friday. And then Monday, we'll be looking at some maps. I have to go pick the maps. Yikes. Until then, roll dice, be nice, take care of yourselves, okay? And have some fun in your games. Oh, that's whack. What is going on over there? Yikes. Awaz, listen, again, if any of you come over to the Discord, which you can get to by !Discord at any point, come on over into the Discord, because we're going to be chatting in like a millisecond anyway. Bye, Twitch! Bye, Awaz! Bye, the other people that were here and are here! And then, bye, YouTube! Bye, Fist!